Hello, Internet friends, and welcome to Quests and Cthulhu. This is a special recorded episode. So, one of the reasons we're recording is that we found out that if we run it live, we really need a 15-second delay because Amy swears like a sailor.
I do. I actually asked somebody what their first impression of me, and they just used the F word. That was it.
Wow.
Welcome to my Friday.
Wow. That is
F day.
Yep.
That is a dark vision into Amy's life there.
Not so much. You've seen me with a crowbar.
I have. No, we are recording this because when you are watching this, I'll be in Germany and Amy will have just recently gotten back from Poland.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us. Thomas is in the chat and maybe a couple of cast members are there. Who knows?
I'll probably be there.
Tiana's got nowhere else to go.
Tiana has no life.
I will not be in the chat from Germany because I don't even know what time. It's like 9. It's 10 hours? What is Poland?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me. I actually
So, what you missed before, the reason we're recording this is so you don't have to listen to us figure out when Doritos first were created, because we had to visit the internet to figure this out. It was 1968, by the way.
Yeah, so I don't have to be up at 2 a.m. and you don't have to be up at 2 a.m.
Yes.
as well to be in the chat.
I'm really hoping that jet lag...
Actually, we will be up at 2 a.m. because of jet lag.
Yeah, I'm hoping that jet lag means that I can actually create content when I'm there, because I'll be like, got nothing else to do.
Yep.
I'll just talk about games.
I am wide awake. Let's do this.
That's right. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, Gordon Bierce, which is ably represented here among the players, enjoying some lovely beverages, and Game Castle. Again, if you pre-order using our code, which is going to show up in the chat now, thanks to Thomas, you'll get 20% off your pre-order items from Game Castle. Thomas really wishes he'd done that today with an RPG book that he got from somewhere else that was 20% more expensive. Merch. Quests and Chaos has merch. Oh, man.
Wait.
I can't
There is it. Look at this.
Do not lick that coaster.
I'm not letting Ezra lick it.
Just as a general rule, you shouldn't lick coasters.
We've got coasters. We've got that. Coming soon, we have an Amy plush doll.
What?
We're going to get like those anime hug pillow things that have bow on them. It's going to be great.
Sweet.
We're gonna. If you can think of a piece of merch that we should have, we probably already have it. We've talked to Elon Musk about flamethrowers, Quests and Chaos flamethrowers.
Also spaceships.
And spaceships. That one's the overhead is a little prohibitive. We're waiting for the Chinese to start cranking them out quickly in plastic. When you're watching this, it's almost the end of October. Happy almost Halloween. Twitch Prime resets at the end of the month, so if you're subscribed on a monthly basis to Quests and Chaos, go ahead and resubscribe right now. I'll wait.
Boop, 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 boop,
Thank you so much. So, last time, seems like just yesterday, that's one. Seems like that we were gathered here.
Are we keeping track of that? Hold on. Is there a little
Yes.
Things went horribly pear-shaped.
Totally fine.
For the Great Dane Society, who are now fugitives from the law in the world's most populous and law enforcement-covered city, New York. We started off with a fight with a crooked cop who took advantage of the fact that he was a cop and convinced most of a block of New York that they were beating up a cop. Which now,
is technically true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, it's all subjective. And you, I don't know why I'm looking at the monitor. Nothing's going to come up there. Thomas is going to troll us for the rest of the game.
He's like, you were fine. Everything's fine.
And you fought and subdued Officer Mathis, and then his friends in the NYPD came, and you sort of subdued another police officer. You attempted to assault him. It's much like you're breaking and entering.
Yep.
It was not quite assaulting an officer.
Yep.
It was attempted assault.
Just entering.
I mean, threatening an officer is still a felony, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know in the 20s, but it's not a great idea. The thin blue line was probably much thicker in the 20s, I'm guessing. And you fled with two of you they have great descriptions of you, and two of you, so Emma and Donald, they have excellent descriptions of, and Alexandra and Professor Lamb, they have less good descriptions of, but still not bad. And we've learned that disguise is not your strong suit.
We have rolled
just
really badly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well, I got one. I was myself.
I got
Yeah,
one
that's right.
too.
Yeah, that's the important one. And we've also learned that so you went and you met Carlton Ramsey, the attorney who pressed you into service to continue Jackson Elias's work, and then suggested that you leave immediately, and then you did not leave immediately,
Like you do.
and that's great. I think it's awesome. So we ended. That episode was a lot of hijinks, and we ended, just to remind everybody, with...
We killed a police officer. We killed the owner / he's business. So
High
we
priest.
killed the high priest / business owner.
Oh, and
Wow,
and
when you say we killed a small business person...
and Alexandria was grievously wounded, and we met my backup character,
Yeah,
Dr.
that's right. We met the
Doyleson.
doctor.
Pillar of the community.
We learned
What's his
some
name?
interesting
Dr.
things about
Doyleson.
Dr. Donaldson.
Okay.
Doyleson.
Like Arthur Conan.
Like Arthur,
It
Arthur
was a
Conan
long
Doyle.
time ago. I'm trying to remember.
I know. It's
That's
been a
two.
horrible 24
Put it on the
hours.
thing.
That counts.
Yeah.
That was a recondite version of that. So then you each had a pretty awful nightmare that was just to remind you that hijinks are all well and good, but bad things are happening in this world, and you are the only thing apparently that stand between those bad things and even worse things.
The world is screwed.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
That's
Just-
the real
just-
horror
just
part
stay-
of Cthulhu right there.
The real horror part is
stay
that
away
we're the
from
only
boxes,
people that can
okay?
help.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. It's like,
So you wake up on, I think it is Sunday,
Yes.
the 18th, and the newspaper has run with the story of, and there is, let's see here,
Was there a
your,
sketch?
your,
Was there a sketch in there?
yes, there are sketches of you two.
Okay. How?
Both of you make me luck rolls.
Oh, jeez.
This is going to tell me how accurate it is. Oh boy. Nopey nope.
What'd you roll?
70.
Yours is really good.
I know.
08.
Oh my god, so
good.
yours
I
does
should
not
call that
look
guy.
much like
Well,
you.
Donald looks like a nondescript white guy.
He does.
There's nothing about him that's distinctive at all. Brown hair, average height, average build.
Oh, also, don't we have 4 inspiration from last time?
Yep.
Yes.
Since we might want to use that.
Yeah.
yeah, good call.
And this is all you're gonna get this time.
I know. Not being live is hurting us.
Oh, I really want to get in the cup.
No.
My tea.
Inspiration.
Liquid
I
inspiration.
had before.
Yeah.
Where
I like that
is-
one.
Do you want to inspire that so you don't get a phone
One.
call from your mother
No, I
and
like-
your brother
I like
and
Well, I can handle my parents.
And it's number 1.
and your brother?
Those are famous last words.
Yeah. I was thinking about
By the
that.
time you've heard this, I am now visiting my mother in Belgium, and I'm thinking, the first time she meets my wife, this will be fine.
I can handle this.
As Tiana would say, that could be mood.
Yep.
Mood. Heavy mood.
I am not finding the picture of Robson, but I showed
yeah.
Saw him
you last
yesterday.
time.
I mean,
Yes.
last
Yeah,
time.
we saw him.
Yeah.
We saw him.
Totally
Portly
white
fellow.
guy. But he is quoted liberally in the paper. There's the awesome picture of him from my recognize that guy anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to put this away. He is quoted liberally, essentially saying that you all have killed a member of New York's finest, and the police will stop at nothing to apprehend. There's liberal use of the word terrorists.
Wow.
Which one of you has probably already been called before, but
We all turn and
Rightfully.
look.
they run the descriptions of all 4 of you, and they run sketches of you two.
Do you want to inspire to try and make that better?
Well, I don't
What
know.
is your luck?
Or do I just want to give you?
Do you ever want to come back to New York? And that's the real
Well, I
question.
don't know.
there.
I mean,
I'm sure New York will not be a. You
Yeah.
never go back to places in these games.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time we get back, it'll be.
It'll all blow over.
I feel like the cops hold grudges.
That whole cop killing thing will have totally blown over.
Well,
I'm not going to tell you not to use inspiration. That's what
I'm going to tell you, let's please use
yeah,
inspiration.
but I can't
Please
roll
use
it.
a quarter of your entire inspiration.
I know, but it would make life easier if her sketch is wrong.
Or if it's a critical fumble, and it's
Yeah,
perfect.
think
Okay.
about who you're.
That's fair.
But that's kind of funny too. So it's
know.
like win-win, right?
It's been a while since we've had
and
an
then put her in the
aiming
trunk, right?
No.
Serious aiming.
So you got a wig. You can hardly.
There you go. We got some wigs. You got the wigs. Yeah.
I also have a cop badge that says.
Oh, you,
You have the cop badge of a dead police
Did you
officer.
not throw that in the furnace?
It could be useful.
Most importantly, you haven't told anyone, right?
I haven't told our legal counsel at all.
I mean, there are some things the legal counsel should not know.
Yep, and that's one of them.
Yep.
Yippity yep.
Yep.
Yeah, stolen police badges would be high on that list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so
If I had a different character, I'd send it to somebody I didn't like.
Why did Thomas get a police badge?
So
Why
was
is
that
this
a
in
no
my
on the
comments?
inspiration? Is that just-
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It's already run in the paper. I don't know what we could really do.
So
other
if you
than
use,
just
to be clear,
burn every paper in the city.
if you use the inspiration and by some incredible coincidence
Don't
you
fumble
actually
it.
roll better,
Yeah.
then the description, much like him, the description in the paper will not be as good of you.
If I fumble, they'll know my
Oh,
name
if
and
they-
my home address.
Yeah,
And my mother
yeah,
will
yeah.
be like swearing and crying quoted in the paper.
thankfully, we didn't use our names in front of anyone who's still alive.
Correct.
But if you see
Yeah.
Like Donald referred to Alexandria by name in front of
He's dead.
Mathis,
Mathis, but he's dead, so it doesn't matter
he's missing
as much.
He's
technically.
missing, presumed
Yes.
dead.
Missing.
Cut up into
Missing.
pieces and dropped in a furnace.
No.
I know none of this.
That was a shark thing, you know. That's
The
something.
shark is dead.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna.
These are tough
I'm
choices.
hearing
I'm hearing
it.
no.
going
but-
once, going twice.
I
Do
mean,
it,
should
do
we-
it, do
what
it.
is it, 3-2? What do you
Put it
guys
to a
want?
The only
vote.
person that matters is.
What's a vote?
What do you want to do?
Follow
Yeah.
your heart.
Well, I want to come home one day, but I don't have to come home tomorrow. That's
I mean, it will probably be several months before we come home.
what I'm saying.
Your hair might be
coming.
bright white by then.
We'll all be tanned very dark.
all you
and
have to
color.
do is cause a larger problem somewhere else.
Under a different name.
Yeah, just blow up a city, say, and then they won't really care about the killing a cop thing.
I mean, if you destroy an entire universe, they really won't care.
That's not a bad idea. And that
Welcome
is
to our
also,
37th
Some of
reboot.
us would be opposed to
Yeah,
that.
some of us
particular
would be.
plan.
Yeah.
If things still go epically wrong, I could smash the box again.
I love that we have that as the ripcord.
So here's the thing.
I'd have to get
None
to the
of
box
them
again.
know about
Yeah.
the smashing the box.
Okay.
We're not going to
No,
tell
this
them.
is-
No, you don't know
Yeah,
either.
you don't know.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
do.
know how she
No.
reset everything. You were not there.
Told me.
Yeah, I've been blabbing about it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The Dark Pharaoh told her.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you know that she smashed the
I made her
box.
choose our new
Because they might
universe.
not let you near a box anytime.
Ever again.
Or it's our.
Or, yeah.
No, like
So I mean,
like
if
I
you
might
do it
physically
again though,
pick
it
you up
is
and move
like
you away.
a step above genocide on a massive level. It's much more. If it's intentional, there could be consequences.
Yeah.
This is just throwing that out
So,
there.
but we're running away. We're running
Yes.
away. We're running away. So we don't care what the paper says, right?
No, I thought we were at Juju House.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
So hang on. If we do go Juju House, I'm re-rolling this thing because I have other things to blow up.
so what? That's a great.
That's
That's
the name of
Write
the
that
next
down.
episode. We have
other things to blow up.
Okay, so
I can't go to jail. I have more stuff to blow up.
so what I remember.
Are we helping Hilton?
What? Okay, so
That's
it was.
the-
Yes.
Yes.
We were turning over everything that we had to Carlton Ramsey.
Which is nothing.
And we were talking about breaking into the Juju house. You and I were talking about being the ones to go and do it because we are sneaky,
Yes.
sort of.
And you're infirm.
Well, I'm only down 1 point after sleeping.
But you still have disadvantage.
Yes, until I get that back. So that could kick my butt all over
Who
the
would I
place.
give this roll to? Which one of you? I'm going to say everybody make me an intelligence roll, and you're looking for a hard success.
That is.
I have to roll a 4.
Oh, yes. 07.
Holy crap.
Wow. All right. Actually, you kind of make sense for this.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if anybody else.
Yeah, he's dealt with authorities trying to find him and avoiding capture.
Oh, yeah. I got
Alright,
24
so
out of 80.
Relevant.
So the both of
Two
you
relevant people.
Yeah.
have dealt with decentralized criminal organizations in various ways, and your concern is that if their leader suddenly falls, there's often some sort of vacuum. The long and the short of it is, you think the Juju House will be a buzz. If the Juju House is the center of everything they're doing, and their boss just died, that's where everyone goes and goes, so what do we do now?
Yeah. Which means now we can't count on Silas and Kwane being gone from, what was it, like 4 to 6?
Yeah.
Should I
So
stop by
are we
here
in
this
character
morning
somewhere
and
discussing
see-
this?
Yeah, you're in the, I think we're at the hotel. You're at the Hotel Argonaut.
This is early.
As we looking up for our
Should I go
members?
take a drive and go by it and see if I notice anything?
That might not be the worst idea.
I probably
honestly.
won't see anything, but I'm not going to.
Well, if it looks like a kicked hornet's nest, we should definitely not get anywhere near it.
Did you guys, you don't have another car yet.
Oh no, I went.
Oh, you went and got one.
Yes,
Okay.
he's got a car.
Okay.
All right, what do you know about the
The other
Juju
one's on
House?
fire still.
Is it some sort
sure
of
it's out
like
by now.
a temple where they all gather, do their rituals,
You
or is
have
it
to
just a
question his
storefront?
criminal credibility when he sets the car on fire 2 blocks from where you are.
2.5.
Oh yeah, 2.5. Yeah, that's the half.
No, that half puts us in the clear,
I mean,
right?
I get, it's a parking spot in Manhattan, so to
Take what you can get. Yeah.
But most people go to Jersey to do that.
Hey,
I've also decided not to use the inspiration because I'm going to join the Foreign Legion.
Have
So I'm gonna-
wipe
There
your
you go.
memory.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later, I'll head out.
All right, we did want to talk about what we know about the Juju House because Donald asked about that, and that's fair.
Ooh, then I'll take off now.
All right, but
unless
wait,
you
we
know.
do have blueprints. We have the plans for the inside of it, so we can use that as a staging.
So
We've
we
been
have
inside
Very
as
good
well.
notes here.
yeah, I've been inside, so.
So the plans tell you that
I
there
sketched.
is the front store. There's the store. Then behind that curtain
Yeah.
that you saw, there is a open area that's some sort of office or something, and there is a stairway down to a basement.
Is there anything in here that looks like a meeting space, meeting hall? A ritual
There's
room?
literally 3 rooms.
This is.
Well, downstairs.
I'd
Come on,
be
they got.
I'd be very
Downstairs is the
surprised
size of the entire.
This is
store.
where the whole cult gathers in this tiny little basement.
No, in the the basement's as big as the whole thing, so.
Well, and that's fair. I'm not entirely sure if the entire cult meets in that basement. There is some nastiness that happens down there, though.
I'll get up now and go.
What is the nastiness that happens in the basement?
And I'm out the door.
On that note, the one other thing that the plan showed you is that there is some sort of cistern or well that takes up roughly a third.
Oh, I thought that
yeah.
was asked about last.
There's no room in the basement for any sort of gathering.
Oh, no,
Oh, it
it was
actually-
No,
underground.
that does not connect to the sewer. This is
doesn't
just
connect
like
to the
this is
sewer.
a
Okay, there is
cistern
a
or a
well.
well.
Is there anything that connects to the sewer from the Juju House?
No.
Damn. That would have been an easy way in.
But yeah, once I heard the activity stuff, I'm out the.
Right. There's also the.
I'll come back with breakfast.
I can't remember if I
Bagels for everybody.
spot
Yeah.
hidden this or if
me some
somebody
schmear.
else did, but when we took off from the Juju House, I think I spot hidden Silas and Kwane making eyes to somebody across.
Up in the apartment.
Yeah,
That's
right, I remember that
That
too.
was
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah, and that's where the
Wasn't that
spider
nice?
officer was hiding up
Yes.
there. He jumped on top of the car.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he was in that room.
Yes.
Yeah.
For who knows what reasons.
So maybe so maybe the entire block is the hub for the cult, and everyone who works there is in that area.
That's too big for us.
I agree. That's
Are you also getting
this
told
cult's
this
just
shit?
gotten a lot.
this cult. We have to burn out a whole New York City
We're not
block.
destroying an entire city block and everyone who lives there.
No, we don't
know,
have to
it's hard.
destroy.
Days young.
Just
Kidding.
don't we just have to get the
ledger.
journal, the ledger you guys were talking about, and that way we can clear your friend, and then we can go.
Yeah.
We because there's too much here, guys.
All
There's
right.
just too
Oh,
much
and
here.
we were also sending him to take the letter that I wrote to Erica Carlisle.
Yep.
I
Busy man.
might remember that.
So last
Like-
episode, as you recall, because
You said
it was a
bagels,
while
and
ago,
My mind just
Nick spent the first 2/3 of that episode
I'm so
safe.
sorry.
patiently safe. All right, safe. Yeah.
Safe.
So now everyone else is going to sit there. Well, we focus in I've already forgotten your character's name.
Oh, yeah.
Silvano.
Sylvia.
Silvano.
Or yeah.
But what's
Silvio,
your name?
Silvano.
Silvio. Yeah.
Whatever.
No, Silvio.
We all call him Silvano, though.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No, whatever's easy.
It's
Silvio. So, Silvio, you head out and you're going to drive, and your plan is to go to the Carlisle house, but you're going to swing by the Juju house? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to get out? Like,
No.
Okay, so you're going to
No, I'm driving by and glancing.
Okay.
And
This is the person who prefers to be safe over
Right.
everything else.
So you drive by, and the Juju house is actually off the street. There's an alley off of West 137th Street that leads back to a little opening, and the Juju house is there. So you, like, as you're driving by, you look down the alley, and you don't see anybody.
Okay.
And then you carry on.
Yes.
You drive into Westchester, a much nicer neighborhood than where you were, and you.
Really good bagels here.
Actually, there's not a lot of like anything here. It's
Oh, it's
all
just
like
nice
big,
residential?
It's all big estates. And you have the address for the Carlisle house, so you pull up, and there's a gate, and the gate is open.
Well, then
Yeah.
I'll drive up then. I'm
Okay,
lazy.
yeah, you'll drive up, and so you drive up to. Oh gosh, what's the guy's name?
Frank.
It is not Frank.
Oh.
It's not
He
one of the
actually
sons
has
either.
he actually has an established name.
Wow.
Yes, and it is.
Wasn't he one of the bouncers last time?
Yes. It is.
Security guy.
Oh gosh, what is his name?
I just wrote why the muscle.
Well, you know what? There's muscle there. That's good enough. So when you get to the door, a large angry man who is pretending not to be angry.
Just like resting. Oh, so he's not
Yeah.
resting angry face.
Yeah.
He's actually upset.
yeah, broken nose, the whole nine.
Professionally angry.
Go. Good morning.
This is a private residence. Could I help you?
Yes, I have a letter that I have been instructed to deliver directly to Erica Carlisle.
I could take that for you.
I've been given very specific instructions to hand it directly to her. If she isn't available right now, I can come back later.
It's 8:30 on a Sunday morning.
Okay. When should I come back?
How about 1:30? Never. You can give me the letter. I'll make sure Miss Carlisle gets it. She's a very busy woman. Look, buddy. I promise. I'll make sure she gets it. Don't worry.
The
I got
broken
nothing
nose
against
looks
you.
You look very trustworthy.
I got nothing against you. I'm just gonna tell you straight out. You're not getting in this house, and you're not gonna see Miss Carlisle. Very busy. She's also, last night, she was up late. There was a gala.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry.
take your letter.
But
You make the choice you need to make. And
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks, Mac. Amscray. He takes your
You
letter.
have a good morning as well.
He takes your letter and closes the door.
Hope that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. If I've thought of it, so has Ezra.
And then bagels
Bagels.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
He's back in about an hour with bagels.
and schmear.
And of course.
Yeah.
And hopefully all the nasty discussion is already past.
So what have
Just
we
getting
dis-
started.
So what happened? Yeah, I was like, so what did you? what
They've
did you
moved
see?
on from the blowing stuff.
So what
up.
happened?
I saw nothing. I saw an empty alleyway.
Okay, and you didn't wait a couple minutes to see if anybody was coming in or out?
No, that could have drawn attention to me.
Double parking in Harlem.
It's a Sunday morning. Business should be closed right now.
Well, if they're moving stuff out rapidly, they've already done it, or they aren't.
I mean, it was fairly late last night when we were dealing with all of that,
Word may not have got around so soon.
or it's gotten around and they're in the process of packing.
Well, if they were in the process of packing, I think Silviano would have seen something.
Maybe not necessarily. If they're working on getting things packed up and then taking it out later when things are a bit busier on the streets.
How would you
I
get rid of
wasn't
the things
able
in
to
the well?
What's in the well?
Well.
Have you been inside the basement of this place?
Once.
So what's inside?
Remember I asked if you would believe me if I told you some of these things?
The answer is yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Zombies.
Wait. What? Zombies. Oh,
Like once alive, now not alive, but still
trying to
moving
think.
and living.
I'll check his occult. I don't think he knows that. Oh, 08.
He's like, yeah, I know everything about zombies. Let me
I think
show you
you
how to
mean
make one.
Simba.
Oh, but he's at 05.
Oh, nope.
So,
Mr.
If I-
Feathering.
so
Walking corpses, essentially.
okay. Are they dead?
Or on strings.
I mean,
Please be on strings. That's slightly less worse.
That'd be a
I mean,
marionette.
That's gross.
Yes. Dead
Zombie
puppets.
marionette.
Yeah, marionette. That
depends
would be cool.
entirely on what you mean by dead.
Are they
Like,
mummies?
no,
It's good. It's good. I've heard of mummies before.
but they're not alive either.
But mummies are dead.
Yes.
But they're alive.
How are
Or they're
mummies?
not-
How are mummies
What?
alive?
Yeah, I've heard the stories of the mummy comes back to life, and the curse,
Yes.
all that.
So they're cursed.
Right. So this is like,
Oh, is this the New York version?
Possibly.
The New York version of mummies.
right, just no bandage.
Interesting.
No bandages.
Well, and the person that you dealt with yesterday, you said was referred to as the high priest.
That's right.
So,
So?
So what does that have to do with anything?
well, don't priests do rituals?
Yeah, but
He makes the mummies.
so we're dealing with that. Okay, we're dealing with
All right.
those kind of people. We're
So
dealing. Oh, okay.
in the basement,
All right.
you've been there.
This is weird, but
And you
relatively
got
tame.
out-
I'm okay with it.
We're just discussing. We're not blowing anything up.
It
yet.
could also be an episode title. This is weird, but relatively tame.
That's also just the description of this episode.
That's it.
So far.
But okay.
Once.
All right.
You survived.
Barely.
What would you recommend we do to these zombies?
Explosives.
Drop dynamite in and run away.
What about just the ledger, though?
Yeah.
That's upstairs.
Right.
Oh, then you don't need to go down.
We're like, wow, then that changes everything.
That's less work.
Yes.
Get in,
I
get
agree.
out.
My problem though is that if we do that and people go in and storm the place and they don't know what they're dealing with, watching a dead body lurch toward you throws anyone off.
Well, I'll get the ledger. I'll get out. No basement. No zombies.
Right.
If you go in the basement and you get killed, I will bring you back to life just to tell you I told you so.
All right. So no basement.
We don't know that spell yet.
I'm gonna learn how to make zombies.
I will figure it out. The sheer force of rage will make it so that I will figure this
I've
out.
studied the occult, but I haven't done the occult so much.
So this brings up,
That's a great
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah.
this brings up a great point, which is the difference between, you've now seen the difference between a cult and Cthulhu mythos. A cult is, if I burn these leaves, maybe I'll make a zombie. Cthulhu mythos is, if I burn these leaves in this exact way, I will make a zombie. A cult is sort of the theoretical,
Right,
like maybe
right.
this will happen.
Yes.
Cthulhu mythos is the practical applied.
Yeah.
Occult, soft science. Cthulhu mythos, hard science.
Or the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer.
Yes.
You have to study a lot to be a wizard.
Right. So
Well,
I've
except-
studied this thing, but I haven't.
The sorcerers
Occult,
still do.
you're not going to do much. A cult is like, I've heard this could happen. Cthulhu mythos is, I'm going to make this happen.
Or I'm making this happen right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think I currently have the worst mythos of everyone so far.
0.
Yeah, I was
that,
going to say.
whole almost drowning
Zero
in a
is
puddle
not
of fat
worse
thing.
Or the-
when it
yeah, I was
comes.
Significantly better. Please
Zero
keep
is
it
the
that
best.
way.
But this kind of has shown me, that guy came from a corner, and so what you're saying is
That was a
there's
good
people who there's people who
Step out.
make people arise from the dead.
Yes.
For
I do.
nefarious purposes.
On that note,
Yes.
Heading down to the bar.
just gonna take a little
But-
walk
but
around the building.
Come on, we gotta be careful going to bars, right? Because you never know who's gonna be hanging around in those
Like us.
secret
Alcohols,
places.
alcoholic
No,
people.
I mean,
yeah,
come on, just
alcoholics.
the prohibition.
Hilariously, the whole Great Dane Society
Yeah,
of
that's
old
right.
just spent
Totally
a lot of
forgot
time
about
here.
that.
You know a
stuff.
speakeasy.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah,
We're just gonna
to
have
Also,
to.
can't our hotel, like, we're
I
in
think
a not
hotels
so
could do
great
stuff. Yeah.
hotel.
Oh yeah, not so great hotel.
Yeah, but they may have a speakeasy downstairs. But anyway, just be careful.
Yes, be careful.
So what do you?
Okay.
What do I roll for speakeasy?
If you're going to be the only one to go in, and
Stealth
I
sleight of
understand why that should be the case, dislike it, but I agree, do not go into the basement.
Right. Not a problem.
I've heard that
right.
somewhere
I'll
before.
get the. Where is the ledger?
It was in his bedroom, wasn't it?
So you have to go behind the curtain.
All right. Go behind the curtain. Get the ledger. Get out.
Yes.
But I
But-
recommend we stake it out, watch it, determine when he leaves. Like this is a process. We can't just go right now and sneak in and do this. You could be like opening the door and being like, "Hi, everybody.
We
Who
all
are you and what have you done with Emma?
This is my. Well, okay. I was like about to say this is my law skill, but it's not really my. It's my opposite of law skill. It's the other 50%.
Well, and I mean, the problem is that we don't have a lot of time. We need to get
need
out
to
of
get
New
out. Yeah,
York.
I'm not doing
This is
anything.
as soon as possible. And your description was pretty good, even if the picture wasn't.
All right.
I mean, admittedly, you are,
We still
no offense,
have,
generic.
We
I-
still have the option of giving Shoshana, what's her name, Lowenstein?
Rebecca
Rebecca
Shoshana
yeah,
Schoshenberg.
Schoshenberg.
Okay, giving her
The other
information
Jewish name.
and having her work with.
I was going to say Patrick Conroy, but that's not his name. What is his name? Our lawyer.
The lawyer
Carlisle.
is
Yeah,
Carl-
Carlisle.
Not
That's it.
Carlisle.
Ramsey.
Carlton Ramsey.
Carlton Ramsey. I was squishing the two names
So
together.
many names.
I know so many people. I don't
Carlton
know.
Ramsey,
If,
yeah.
if only you had the backside of this.
Is
with
it
all the-
right
I
side
wish
up?
we
One day
did.
I will.
Yes, it is right side up.
Today.
Is Carlton Ramsey even on?
We could have them work together, or we could hire my nemesis, another PI, to like stake it out and.
I think it's a good idea to get Rebecca and
Wait, hold on. We could essentially hire another PI who they don't looking for, not suspicious of, not wanted by the police.
Correct, to stake it out.
Do what I was going to do, just break in and steal it.
Well, not break in and steal it.
PI
just stake it
that's-
out.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah,
job.
you don't have a PI.
Yeah.
You're outside.
Okay, sorry, you know
We
someone.
haven't seen that
bend
so
the
far,
rules.
so yeah.
You know someone who can bend the rules. Get into places, take documents.
Yeah, but legally, in order to obtain the ledger, you
Not
would.
legally.
No, but we want to legally use it. So how would you submit this for evidence
All
if you
right.
haven't gone through?
Well, if I steal it, I can't submit it as evidence.
Correct.
So what's the point of me stealing it?
Exactly.
Ah.
I mean, you could give it to Carlton and hope he can do something. with
Yeah.
it.
But
Or if the information leads to another piece of evidence that you obtain legally, then you can use that evidence in a court of law. But Mike, I don't know what there would be in that ledger. Do we have any idea other than we would prove that the cops are crooked? So then you would say, yes, I know the cops are crooked, but then I have to reprove it.
So that was last time when you found the ledger last time. That was principally what was in there. Is that you took it to Poole,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Poole, and you showed him that the cop. It had a listing of all of the payouts that the cops were getting,
Yep.
and specifically most of them
Yep.
went to Robson,
And then
so
he could then raid
Yeah.
the establishment and find all of the terrible.
but he was able
insidious
to
things.
use that as, I don't know, a warrant of sorts.
Yes, and that's the
Which
goal.
means that there's some legal backing to it, even if it's illegally obtained, or at least it was the last time that we got
Well,
it.
no, there's a difference. If you give it to Poole,
Yes.
he will go after Robson because he thinks Robson is a bad cop. If you give it to a lawyer,
He has to.
that's a
Yes.
harder thing.
But what if we give it to someone who's in between, a reporter?
Well, we talked about that
Who could
last
give it
night
to a
out of
cop?
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was.
Yeah, and if we give it to Rebecca, then she can just say that she got it from an anonymous source.
Correct.
And she's protecting her sources, which is
Now,
perfectly
in
fine.
any
Let's
case-
just remember what happened the last time you told
Yes.
the reporter to go to the juju.
We're not telling her to go to the juju house. We're giving her the things and saying,
You're
here's,
telling a reporter, here's an amazing story, but don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't go there, you will die.
I do kind of agree, though, if we give it to her. Then we don't. as
Spoiler
long as-
alert.
But reporters. Yeah.
Then we don't disclose where it came from. She
But we
can
have,
then
but we have to
reporters.
disclose where it came from in order,
I
for
mean,
it
how
to be
we obtained
actionable.
it. We
That's
don't have
fine.
to tell her how we obtained it.
We don't have to tell her how we got it, but we do
All right,
need
but
to make
in
sure
any
that
case-
she's
She's a reporter.
information.
When she
I still
reported
need to
on
get
us.
No.
Well,
the
yeah,
ledger.
that's a fair question.
Right.
Is
Yes.
You,
Well, let's
you
go.
guys are cop killers.
Take care of this. Let's
Yeah.
get the ledger. Let's get out of New York City.
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Well, but we also know that Rebecca doesn't hold a high opinion of the cops. So if we tell her we were set up, she may well be more inclined
Could
to
be.
believe that than anyone else.
maybe.
So we say that too.
Our friend
Self-defense.
can get it to her.
But I still,
He's not described at all.
Right.
newspapers.
He has nothing to do with whatever we did.
No comment.
You should come back.
I don't hear any of this.
You're looking for a drink right now.
No, I didn't
he's
go for
found
a
it.
drink. I just took
Yeah.
a
Well,
walk.
Sunday morning, everyone's in church. They're out of their houses. We can go in there in the morning when there's no one around.
At the Juju house?
Because
The neighbors.
cultists
The neighbors.
also go to the Episcopal church down the street.
They usually do.
Yeah. Okay.
They
You gotta
have-
keep up appearances.
Exactly.
This is
Not go to
America
church.
in the
That'd be
1900s.
crazy.
Yeah, wait.
Everyone goes to church. Well, most do.
It's just the Irish Catholic.
Yeah.
They go to the wrong church. But
Most
they'll
of
get
us.
theirs in the by and by.
Well,
Nice.
what
All right.
else should we do?
So what do we want to do? That is,
What do we want to do? What can we do?
what do we need to do?
Let's,
Get out of town.
Yes.
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 But first, let's get the journal
We need to get the
and get out
ledger.
of town.
We're splitting the party.
Are
Here we go.
Are you buying?
taking a
I mean,
short
we've
walk.
already
Are you
split the
buying
party.
the tickets?
Well, he doesn't do much.
You're gonna try and buy the
You'll
tickets
back me
Sunday
up?
or Monday?
Well,
And
actually, but
I
I'll
was
agree with
thinking
you.
I was gonna
Yeah, let them
get.
play.
Is it any trouble to get them here? I was figuring we'd get to Montreal and look.
You could
for-
buy them. You could certainly buy them there. Yeah, you can buy them there. Yeah.
But here, is it going to be a problem to get them as well? If I can get
No,
them now,
you can buy them now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's your credit.
Well, he's got $2,000.
Yeah.
That's
right.
He's got Carlton Ramsey's seed money.
So back
But
to
I'm
our.
still.
It's a lot
I'm
harder
going
in
to
the
take a walk
20s
and
to take a picture of yourself on the bed with all the money, though.
I'll be back. In a
doable,
little
but
bit.
much harder.
But I would.
Wait, so we haven't bought the rooms yet on the boat.
Nope.
Correct.
We're going to need the first class
I'm not here. I'm not.
Yeah, he's not
back.
here.
He's not there.
when he gets back.
You're at his frugal.
I should be
They
back
don't-
soon.
they don't
though.
search.
Jump.
The
I don't know
higher
how long
classes.
a walk it is.
Yeah, you can be back.
Do we know this?
You come in.
Peek in.
Right.
What are we talking about now?
Get in here.
We do know that first class rooms aren't
There's
really
less-
searched all
there's
that,
less
all that much.
security.
Because we remember.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Well, you remember. I didn't have anything to bring.
No.
class.
I'm talking about specifically
Yeah.
when the Great Dane Society
Yes.
was formed originally.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Because
lot of blood in a first class room.
because we hit a lot in Octavia's room
Yeah.
because they don't search first classes thoroughly.
What would we need to hide if we weren't first class?
Well, me.
Just
Yeah.
personal
And
belongings.
But we're not leaving from New York, and hopefully we're leaving relatively
And hopefully you're going to buy the ticket not in my real name.
Well, I haven't bought it yet, so
Okay,
that
there we
mistake
go.
hasn't
So-
been made yet.
As a group, I have a question. If he goes and does something that you don't want to hear about,
Fair.
should the rest of us?
I don't mind hearing about the things that you're going to do as much as the things that you see
Okay.
when
All right.
you do them.
Got
Fine.
it. So if he goes and steals the ledger, what are the rest of us going to do? Are we going to wait here and wait for him to return to us, or are we just going to set a meeting point outside of New York and just keep moving?
I mean, someone's going to want to be in the car waiting for him, right?
Backup would be good.
I would like to be back up, but
I wouldn't.
That's what I'm wondering. Do we take off and go someplace else and go like this for now?
It's your car.
I would like to wait. and
No, that wouldn't be used.
Heh.
That's linked to me.
Did you get the letter to Erica Carlisle?
There we go.
I
recognize that face.
There wasn't. So there was a complication. I was not able to give it directly to her.
Let me guess. The muscle at the door.
Yes.
Okay.
You seem nice enough.
Well,
I mean, no, but
I did seal it, so hopefully he's not the sort to break a seal. But we'll find out because I did give her a way to directly contact me.
Would she be calling your room?
that would be here.
I gave her a way to contact me,
There you
and
go.
I can be there.
Drops.
Right.
There. Okay. No, that's good. I like. Okay.
So if we are splitting up, which seems the best way to keep anyone from noticing a concentration of the five of us,
Yes.
then we should set a point outside of New York to meet up and a time,
And apparently we need another car that isn't in my name.
minimum another.
Right.
Right. So where do we meet up and when?
You could take the train to Canada as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I think they'd be searching the trains, watching the train stations.
Well, yeah, you'd probably
I
want to
wouldn't-
drive
yeah, I
out
would-
of New York
Yeah. Yes,
proper.
and get on
Yeah.
the train.
And-
Catch
Sorry.
the train in
Plane.
Another
Connecticut or
reason I'd
something.
like to keep that car from being involved in any crimes if we're taking it up.
Just-
Well, we could. The
Just
three
a
of us could
preference.
go.
Yep.
We three of us could go and meet you guys.
Yes. Do the three of you have anything else that you need to do in New York?
Should we?
Say goodbye to your
It was
mother.
almost.
No. I'll call her from the boat phone.
This universe's version of your mother.
Yeah. She could be much nicer.
So if you've read the newspapers
Yeah.
and seen my description,
Just know that it wasn't me.
Ma, don't
mostly.
believe anything you read.
Yeah.
Don't you know? God, it's all fake news anyway.
So I would actually reflexively ask you the question, is there any research we could do in Boston or something where we could stop there and meet them?
I mean, Miskatonic University is the preeminent, but
Well, do you want me to look-
research takes time. You know,
Yeah.
this is research is like days, not
Yeah, yeah,
hours.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It may be worth it though if you can get to somewhere that would have the kinds of books that other people who know how to use a library can.
there's probably books here. Do you want me to look for anything in particular?
Well, yeah, I don't know how much you know about these kind of things, so you know, I've
work-
researched a lot of different things.
I work
so.
with Jackson Elias.
Okay, all right.
It would be so.
Would he know about Miskatonic?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
he's
okay.
probably been to the
All
Miskatonic Library.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know,
gotcha.
looking for stuff for Jackson. Not necessarily the protected collection, but you know the standard library stuff
Sure.
there and that sort of thing.
But someone with a PhD might be able to get into the protected collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could certainly get in there. Again, you know that like research is not a,
One and done.
let me Google this for you.
Right,
It's
right.
this book led me to this book, which led me to that book, which led me to this person that I'd never heard of.
Ooh,
And
let me offer you a role.
I like it.
What happens if the three of us go? Because I think the three of us probably all have some pretty kick-ass library use.
No, you can certainly do some assisting.
So
yeah.
instead of like a one, this leads to this, it would be the three of us concentrated
How
to short.
well are you disguised right now? I mean, it's a
I'm
pretty
asking
bad
for
wig. I
somebody
got
to
a
make me into
bushy
Cop Mathis, so I have a
wig.
new disguise.
Well, and there's
We got
that,
the wig.
and
We got a wig, so. You know.
Also in
Just pull up the
Miskatonic,
paper and the picture.
I mean, I don't know, I've never been there, but like, do they get the New York paper?
Arkham is a small.
Massachusetts?
Nowadays, it would be like a commuter community of Boston, but
Okay.
it's a small town, a fair distance out of Massachusetts. It's a train ride.
Got it. So it wouldn't necessarily get the same newspaper.
Well,
right,
I'm just
chances
saying.
are good that they might not have gotten the
Today, is
descriptions.
there anything that we want to grab before we leave?
Nope, GTFO.
So how about 2 days in Arkham? We meet you there?
Do we want to meet them in Arkham?
That works for me.
On Tuesday?
Nothing bad ever happened.
Oh, so
No,
we're
Arkham's
we're
closed.
splitting
We don't
the
know
party.
that.
Okay. Ooh, nothing.
How come there's no asylum
We're splitting the
there?
party.
Yep, we are hard splitting the party, and
Yep.
we did it before Cairo. Take that,
Yeah.
other team.
How long by train would it take us to get to Arkham?
Oh
By
no, we're
today?
taking car.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we don't
Yeah,
want to get
drive.
searched. or,
So,
yeah.
ironically, the train is faster to
Yeah,
Arkham.
that would make sense.
Because in the 20s, cars
Only do like 20 miles.
your
an hour.
max speed is
Yeah.
20, and there's no highway system. The New Deal has not created, and even later has not created the American interstate system. So the roads can be fairly iffy.
Yeah.
So you're going to be about 15 to 20 miles an hour the whole way. So it's going to be,
That's if you're following the law.
fair point.
Yeah, but my kidneys can't deal with
Yeah.
like that.
the rattle shake of
Yeah.
something with
Yeah.
no suspension.
And also infrastructure in
We don't
terms of
own this
gas
car.
and that sort of thing
It's rented.
Oh.
is not as
So-
good.
In your name.
But you can definitely, New York to Boston, you could drive in 8 to 10 hours.
So we could be there tonight.
The train, 6
Stop
to 8
for
hours.
lunch and
Well, the only thing we're worried about the train is.
getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like once we're out of
Yeah.
New
Yeah,
York, probably we won't have any
if you
issues.
catch like the train in Connecticut or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
How about Wednesday
go
the 21st
25.
at noon? We meet you at the University Library.
Let's say arbitrarily there is a ship leaving from a seaport in Canada that I should have looked up but didn't
We're never getting there. Don't matter.
on the 23rd.
Shipboard town.
23rd.
Okay, so Friday.
Yeah, Friday
And,
the
and,
23rd.
and we could get there in a day on a train. Or
Canada to
trains.
England 1920s.
It's called Ship A.
I'm going to bet your Google search history is really interesting for research on these things.
It's so I'm so old. It's sad.
Oh, I was searching all the drugs earlier. Now.
I'm sure
I was searching
you were.
Prohibition and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.
I think this may be the
We
best
meet you
option.
here. We get on the boat here.
Copy.
We GTFO.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's
as
do
the
this.
saying goes.
Get the fun out.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, I will be in my flat until I hear from Erica Carlisle. If you need me, you know the number, and I'll give it to you as well.
Right. I was expecting you might be backup for this little caper.
Are you sure you want me to come along on this?
I'll need someone just in case.
All right. Are we going to go and stake it out first, or are we going to go with her idea of hiring a different PI to have a look at things?
I think we'll just take a look. If it's empty, go for it. If it's occupied, it's a no-go.
All right. You're better at locks, yeah?
All right, I can take it a lock.
Excellent. No, he has lock picking.
No, I'm just maybe.
And also, just for the record, when I get in the car, I will put a wig on, and then I'll also use like the scarf and sunglasses. You know how you're gonna take a day trip or whatever. That look.
You look very fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
I mean, I can try to disguise her if we want to do that, because she's the most recognizable of the three of them.
I will be looking if
You have
it seems like there's
disguised
traffic
45.
on the way out of town to indicate like there's some sort of checkpoint.
No.
And I might.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do a disguise on her, or will wig, sunglasses, and
I think you're fine.
scarf be
Yeah.
okay?
Unless you are putting yourself in, unless you're doing something that is
Nope.
super
Just
obvious.
staring at
Lay
you.
down in the back seat.
Yeah.
Just take a nap.
Take it.
Take a nap. That's a good idea.
My
you,
pith
you,
helmet.
Yep.
You know?
You look like you didn't sleep well last night.
Nope. No, I didn't.
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what you're all talking
you
about.
are going all by yourself.
Everything's
No,
fine.
I'm going
I'll bring her
with
as
him.
backup.
Okay, so
Just-
you're sitting in the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've rented another car.
Yep. I have.
You're driving
In someone
your car.
else's name, I'm assuming.
I have good credit, and I rented it under the name Irene Adler.
All right.
That name's getting around the city.
Who rented the first car that got blown up? Because that's gonna.
I don't know. Not me.
Wasn't
Not it.
me.
All right, everybody make a luck roll.
It wasn't me. And I have the worst luck though.
No, I've got
All right, you don't roll.
81. That's a fail.
Oh,
67 is a fail.
I still want to roll to see how bad it
9.
would.
it's not
Oh
my
my
car.
gosh! All right,
So
it was in
me.
your name.
All right. I was the one driving, so
Makes sense.
So yeah, your credit rating is going to go down 5.
got it.
Okay, so
When will we be getting that car back, Mister?
London. Okay.
Well, I can tell you where it's parked.
In Arkham.
The good news is there's no database to
Below,
like tell a rental
Juju
car company in
House.
London. Although probably you're not getting any cars in London either.
I wouldn't want to drive
don't
in
want
London.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not getting any
I don't
cars.
want to get,
Fair. I still wouldn't
they
want to
don't-
drive in
they don't
London. I don't
regulate
want to
this
drive
type.
in London now.
Yeah.
And it's better now.
We'll take taxis.
Yeah.
Yeah, cabs or the
Cabs,
metro.
the underground,
they've got
yeah.
Good. All right, so you three are driving to Arkham?
Correct.
Well,
Okay.
you guys were going to drive to like
Yeah.
Connecticut,
Connecticut,
and
and
then
then
take the train.
Connecticut.
Get
Okay.
the chain.
Yeah, you put your car in some long-term parking in Connecticut, which I'm sure you'll get back to.
Isn't it a rental?
No, I know better than that. Is there any place to turn it in here?
Yeah, a rental.
Oh, this was.
train
I thought this
station?
was your personal car.
No.
No, it was,
No, this was rented.
Okay,
It was-
rented.
it was-
yeah, then, yeah,
it
you
was
can totally
rented in
turn
his
it in.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You totally turn it in. That's no problem. You
Otherwise,
get your
mine-
deposit back.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was no blood. in
It
this
wasn't
one.
covered in blood.
So yeah, you guys are then going to take the train to Arkham and do some research for
Yep.
several days.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to zoom to you two.
Yes.
All right.
So it's, when they leave right after lunch on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So it's 1 o'clock Sunday. What time do you want to go to the Juju house?
Let's go now.
Let's go have a look.
So take a look.
Yeah.
Okay. Driving around Harlem, make me a luck roll.
36 is a success.
All right. You managed to park about a block away from the Juju house.
That was just a parking roll.
In New York, parking is all luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have wizardly skills in parking in this place.
I know.
Very lucky.
So you park about a block away, and now tell me what you're doing.
Well, let's take a stroll on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And walk. He walks down and walks to the alley.
And
And
neither of you have ever been to the Juju house.
oh, you was.
You went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were there the other day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been to.
You haven't been for a certain value of ever.
Yeah, I haven't been to this juju house.
Yeah, right.
All right, so he has his equipment with him as well.
Yeah.
All right, he will stroll on up. Is it open or closed?
How concealed is your equipment?
As concealed as I can make it.
So there's a shotgun involved, right?
Yes.
Are you bringing the shotgun?
Yes.
Wow, that's an aggressive move.
Make me a stealth roll.
All right, good. Success. 43 is a success.
All right. So you are wearing a long trench coat, and there's like a shotgun like up here. Luckily you're a little tall, so that works out. So
Yeah.
you have
You have a hunch, right?
Yeah.
you have.
He's working a hunch.
That's the bulkiest part of your equipment.
Right.
Yeah, and I have my daggers and my 38.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you come up 137th Street. You see the alley. The alley leads into, as I said, an open courtyard where there is the stoop of an apartment building. And then on this side, there are two doors. One is to an abandoned store, and one is to the Juju house.
An abandoned store.
The
Ticking. But
the Juju house, the screen has been pulled down on the door, and there is a closed sign in the window.
I will try the doorknob.
Hold on. But before we go into the courtyard itself, let's have a look around and see if anyone's watching.
All right.
You can
Just
both make spot hidden rolls.
quick glances.
Here comes Jimmy.
You?
47 is a success.
18 is a hard success.
Everything old is new again.
Yep.
Yep.
It does not look like looks like everybody's at church now. They're having Sunday,
Sunday
Sunday
brunch.
dinner,
Okay.
Sunday supper, I guess, at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Try the doorknob.
So you step up. It's 2 steps up on a little perch. When you step up, make me a POW roll.
Oh,
Crud.
That's magic stuff. 35 success.
All right. So you step up, and your ears pop a little.
Oi,
You all
what
right?
was that?
What happened?
Did you feel something?
No.
Are you stepping up on the perch?
No,
as well?
I'm down still on the like still glancing around to make sure no one's watching us.
Something odd here.
What happened?
I can't say. It's odd, just a feeling.
Well, with what we're dealing with, a feeling may be some of the best.
I may just. All
More
right.
than a feeling.
I just get the tools out, the lockpicks
Yeah.
out, take a deep breath.
So
I think
you
I'll-
still have not tried the door. That was just
Okay.
stepping up to the stoop.
I think I will get my lucky rabbit's foot out.
All right.
Hold on to that for a second, focus myself.
All right.
I would also like.
Then try the doorknob.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
And what are you doing?
I would like to step up a little bit closer and listen, just to see if I can hear anything through
Okay.
the door. And if I need to make a power roll, so be it.
Yeah, make me a power roll.
Uh-oh.
Is that a fumble?
That's 100.
Wow.
That's 100.
Somebody's a zombie.
Outstanding.
We can't inspire.
I know, that's why I went,
fumble.
Yeah.
All right, so
Fuck.
She's weak.
Yep.
That is the
yeah,
most
true.
emphatic fuck I have ever felt.
all right, so you are about to you're reaching for the doorknob, and all of a sudden you hear a huh, and Alexandra passes out
Oh, God.
on the step. Just
Damn it.
boom.
Damn it.
Go back to see what's going on with her. Check, is she awake? Is she okay? Is she shot?
She seems fine. There's a little blood coming out of her nose.
All right.
Make me a listen roll.
Listen. Is 87 is probably a fail, I believe.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, he's a fail.
Shit.
Okay. I'll try to revive her, see what's going on.
There she is. So like
First
you
aid?
like
Yeah.
she's breathing, but she is totally unresponsive.
Can you hear me? Alexandra?
Her eyes shoot open. They are clear.
Oh, God.
Like my eyes are rolled back in my head.
No, like there's no pupils.
Jeez.
And a voice that is not hers says, as soon as you touched her, I know who you are. I know what you've done. I will hunt you to the ends of the earth.
Show yourself. Come on out. I'm
No.
right here.
You come in, and the door opens.
I'll
And
send
then
her down
her
the stairs.
eyes close, and she like fumbles down. And you're gonna make me a con roll. You have disadvantage.
Okay, it can get worse, but no, I missed it.
Okay.
So I'm still
Doors
unconscious.
open?
Yes, you are unconscious.
Anyone inside?
No, the store is empty.
All right.
Maybe the curtain is rustling a little.
I'll take my weapon out.
Okay, the shotgun.
It's a sawed-off shotgun. I'll ready
Okay.
that. Step boldly in towards the front desk area. Check that first.
All right,
Look behind.
so again, the store is very cramped.
Mhm.
There's a counter. I wonder if I have the.
Yeah, because we were there earlier.
Let's see if I have a little map of it here. Got a lot of character. I've got extra character sheets if anybody needs.
Yep, we should have gone to the empty store.
We don't know what's in the empty store.
That's true. We still should have gone.
That
over
could be
there.
where they all hang out at.
That's true.
Do I have?
Just here for a ledger.
We're just here for the incriminating
Oh, I
evidence.
want
No, I don't.
one legend.
All right, so the store is super cramped. There's over here. There's the counter with a cash register, and behind that is the curtain in the door.
Right.
And then there is a sort of shelf that goes through this part of the store, and then all the walls are full of stuff as well.
Yeah, is it
Right.
the same?
We were
that
there
before?
earlier.
Yeah, it's exactly the
Right.
same.
Okay.
So he rushes to the counter, leading with the shotgun ahead of him, go around
All right,
behind
as-
the counter.
When you cross the threshold of the door, make me another power roll.
All right. So the 63 is a success.
Okay, that same feeling of your ears popping.
Okay.
And behind you, you hear that same voice saying, "Downstairs.
Shit.
Everything you're looking for is downstairs."
Right. Got it. Thanks, Boyo. Proceed on my path. I'm going to try to
All right.
not let this guy manipulate me. I got a mission,
Okay.
and I got an unconscious friend outside, so not much time.
So you know from the blueprint that there is a trap door in. It looks like behind the counter.
Right.
So there's in front of the curtain.
All right. Is the cash register, how heavy? Can I lift it?
It's pretty heavy, but you can. Yeah.
I'll pull it off and set it on top of the trap door.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, that's no
All
problem.
right. And kind of step on it a little bit to make sure it's not moving. It's
Make
secure.
me a listen roll.
All right. 30 success, 34 regular success.
All right. You hear. It sounds like 10 people
Ooh.
kind of chattering.
Oh God.
You hear like 10 people talking pretty regularly downstairs.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like they've noticed you. Like the tone, the tone is not like, there's no like, you don't hear any alert in the tone or anything like that.
I want to hurry.
Okay.
Run to where the curtain is with one hand, quickly move it aside, gun aiming inside.
Okay.
What do we
There's-
see?
You see a mostly cleaned out bedroom.
Any paperwork, ledgers, documents, anything.
Make me a con roll.
Hit 91.
Okay. You can. So, I'm going to make you an offer. You
Uh-oh.
can.
Don't take it.
Don't take it.
You can take
Grab
a
the coon
spot
and get
hidden
out.
with disadvantage.
Okay.
And that will be like, I'm trying to search quickly. You can take a spot hidden, your normal one, and that's, I'm doing a more thorough search. Your choice.
I'll do the thorough search. So
Okay.
Yeah, not the quick one.
Okay.
All right. Spot hidden is 50, and he failed that. He rolled a 60.
67.
That's a 67. It's a regular fail.
He wanted that so badly.
97.
You've already gotten one major fumble out of this.
Do
All
we
right.
want to inspire that and get him the hell out of there? And you?
I'm in favor of this.
Yeah. No, I like it.
All right,
I
okay.
like
Let's
it.
do it.
Do it.
I mean,
Because the 50-50
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it could also
Doesn't
not be
fit.
in there.
Oh my!
Wait a
Which,
minute.
now did you fumble?
Wait a minute, wait
Did you
a
just
minute.
pull an Amy?
Wait a minute, let's
Yes.
see.
He got 100.
That's
100.
That's a turbo Amy. Well done, sir.
Oh.
Wow. Yep.
Wow.
Two hundreds in this juju house thing.
Oh,
Clearly, we are not meant for this to happen.
Oh,
Nice knowing you,
right.
Donald.
It was just his spotting, so
What's
we
our
didn't
next-
see the
what
ambush
are we
that's
gonna
going to
do?
get him.
Who's your next character?
We're
Let's
gonna
see.
take our time in a library
So-
and use no
I wrote
inspiration.
blow up the juju house. I'm gonna erase that. That's a little preemptive.
All right.
Sorry.
So, several things happen at once. you hear Alexandra waking up.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh.
At the same moment, the trapdoor, you hear the cash register go flying. And the trapdoor flings open.
Oh, God.
And you hear now that those voices are just nonsensically talking. You just hear 10, maybe more voices just saying like, hey, what, hey, who, huh, what, huh, we, huh, what, huh, hey, what, huh, 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 what? A cacophony of different voices. And you didn't turn on the lights, so make me a spot hidden roll.
All right.
Or hopefully miss me a spot hidden roll.
78 is a miss.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is some shape in the doorway.
But which doorway? The one we came through?
In the, like, from
in
that...
the trap door.
Coming
Okay.
up from the trap door.
Okay.
There's some shape. It doesn't seem like a person. And that is clearly where, hey, what, huh, who, hey, what, huh, what? Just that cacophony is coming from.
All right. So, can Donald...
We're going to go to initiatives.
All right.
You're first.
80, can he get past this thing? Or,
As far as you know.
all right, he's running.
Okay.
Yeah. Forget the
So,
ledger.
as you run, as you come closer, you now see what this thing is.
Okay.
This is for lack of a better word, a puddle of noisome black ooze in which, constantly shifting, are like, you know that like pin thing that you put your hand under and an imprint of your hand shows up? Except in this case, those imprints are faces. And those faces keep coming out of the black goo, talking. So like, hey, what? Huh? Huh?
Okay.
Yes, make me a sanity roll.
Yeah.
That's a failure. It's a 91. It's a regular failure, but still.
Okay, let's see here. Ooh. All right, you have just lost 5 sanity.
Wow.
And if you lose 5 sanity in a
Ouch.
short period of time,
Oh, yeah.
let's see here.
Is it the psychosis thing?
You are going to you are going to I want to get I got these rules wrong last time. So see, I look at rules.
He's very rules light, but sometimes he looks.
Well, if they're
Make
on the
something up. Make
if they're on
something
the
up.
sheet. All right. So
Everything's fine. He runs
you know
out the
what?
door.
Yeah.
Screw this. I'm just going to make stuff up. All right. So make me an intelligence roll.
Okay. Which I believe I want to fail, if I recall. A 40 is a success.
All right. So the good news is, this is the rule I got wrong last time, where if you want to make the roll because you like snap yourself back, you're like
Rationalize. Oh,
good.
thinking
Cool,
about
cool,
everything
cool,
that's
okay.
going on. However, you still have 3 choices: fight, flight, or freeze.
Flight.
Okay.
Run.
Okay. That is all you're going to do. You are unable to take an action that is not going to put you farther away from whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
Every round. So so that's the first thing. As you run towards it, you can try you're going to have to jump over it.
Can I jump over the counter?
Well, it's between
the
you and
door.
the counter. The trap door. So the curtain's here.
Okay.
Trap door, counter. Luckily, there's no cash register on the counter anymore. So.
I was thinking of jumping kind of diagonal past it over the counter into the store.
Like a dive at the counter.
I'll give you advantage on the jump roll.
All right. Jumping it is. And then-
Well, wait.
Oh.
Or you could try and bull rush your way past it, but if you do that,
I'm
you're
not touching
gonna,
this
okay.
thing. Yeah.
I feel like you might get absorbed
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. I don't know this thing, but that's my impulse.
All right. So that's 16.
Yeah.
No, that's a 6.
Oh, the 0. You're right.
6, because
She's
you
right.
have advantage
You have
on
advantage.
I was
All right,
afraid
with an
of that.
06, you like tuck and roll. You leap past it, hit the ground, roll, and you are up on your feet.
Excellent.
You are waking up,
Okay.
and you hear a bunch of people in the Juju house.
Run!
And you hear that.
Run!
And I'm like, am I like on the stoop or am I?
You fell. You like stumbled down the stoop, and you are lying unconscious
Ow.
on the ground of the alley.
Okay. So I'm like pushing myself up to my feet because I hear Donald in trouble.
All right, he's fleeing the Juju house.
So
right,
I'm getting up and drawing.
So
a knife
that is
just
your
in case.
initiative. On a 15.
Wow.
It's going to. It's going to try and grab you. And when I say grab, I mean like various faces are trying to
Like bite?
grab your arm by biting.
Yikes.
As puddles do.
You're going to want to make a dodge roll here.
Carrot. 13 success. That is a hard
A hard
All right.
success. Yeah.
So oh man. So you barely dodge out of the way.
I'm so glad you made that.
You hear very distinctly, like as some head comes right here, you hear the sound of like teeth shattering as it's just like tooth on tooth crunch as it barely misses you. You are freaking out. You are going to get in the car and drive and maybe not stop driving until you're in Connecticut. You know, there's
That
a
sounds like a good
possibility. All right, so we're back to you.
Yeah, out the door.
Okay.
Gone.
You make me, gosh, what would this be? I'm going to say make me a sanity roll to see if you even remember that Alexandra's around here.
Oh, yeah. No.
All
So
right.
It's a failure.
So you wake up, and
I'm
I'm going to bring this out of
standing up.
initiative because this is, you wake up, he said run when he was in there. He is now, he literally pushes you aside and he's running down the alley.
Sorry.
It's okay. I get it. I've played a character that went into psychosis in the one shot.
Donald is just down the alley heading to the car. I'm going to say this. You don't know this. If you get to the car, you're starting that car and you're driving because you missed that roll.
Okay.
So you're next. Oh, we're out of initiative. So make me a dex roll with disadvantage.
34 and 36. And that is still a hard success for me.
Boom. All right. So yeah, he pushes you aside. You roll with it and are up on your feet, and you take off. And because you got a hard success, you don't look behind you.
Okay.
So you.
Oh, good. No sanity check.
You are running. You're following him. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like try to catch up with him because I think I saw something about his eyes that made me just go, if he gets it before I do, I don't have a ride.
Okay. What is your dex is 80. What is your dex?
75.
Okay, so you are both very fast people. So you will not be far behind him.
Okay.
And he like jams the car door open, and he is starting the car before you are even.
I went
in
to the
there.
front and crank it. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Okay.
So he is
He's cranking
He's
the
just
thing.
you run as he's cranking, and he has a 1,000-yard stare.
And I like dive into the car.
Okay, yeah. You guys will drive away.
And Donald does not talk about it for like, maybe 10,
Probably
15.
ever.
He just doesn't
So
talk.
yeah, he is driving. He's leaving New York.
Donald. Hey.
We have to go. We have to get far away as we possibly can from that thing. Is it behind us? I haven't looked. Is it behind us? It's following us still?
I'm gonna turn around and look.
You don't see anything.
There's nothing in the street. There's nothing behind us.
All right, we're almost safe.
Okay.
A bridge or a tunnel. That's what's gonna.
Bridge.
Donald.
I'm not going into the tunnels right now.
I can't say as I blame you. Donald, we need to stop by my flat.
It's no time.
There is time.
It might know it knows where your flat is.
Does it? Does it know me?
Did it see you? Did it see you?
Remember,
It talked through her
yeah,
voice.
something talked through her and said, "We know who you are.
Something
we know what
knocked
you've
me
done."
unconscious.
It was the voice of the fellow, the shopkeeper.
It was Silas and Quane.
It
Kwane.
was that shopkeeper.
Kwane, of course it was.
He had your voice. He was talking to me. He says they're watching.
Of course they're watching.
He saw us before we came into the store.
But we've dealt with their people before. We dealt with their high priest.
This thing in the basement, this thing was not a zombie. You told me there were zombies. I can deal with a zombie.
Can
You
you?
shoot a zombie.
Can you? What was it?
It was black black as night. Their souls, countless souls, trapped inside of it, coming out like an ink or the shadows. It was shadows and people inside the shadows. Countless people talking. I can't put words to it. Was awful.
I didn't see that.
It was awful.
I will bet that was what was in the well.
You should have looked in the well, perhaps.
Maybe not, if that's what you saw and it freaked you out so bad.
I didn't get the ledger.
Damn it.
I'm not going back.
No. If they know who you are, if they know who we are, it's worse than death to go.
Unless you come up with something really persuasive, he's driving from New York. He is single-minded.
All right.
Or unless you want to take the wheel.
You might persuade him to do that.
I have a 20 in persuade. That's
Yeah.
Do you have any other skills you could use?
what, like knock you out?
There's any-
Where's that chloroform?
Right?
Charm, Intimidate, and Persuade, any of those work?
Shouldn't do that when someone's driving.
You
I
really
found.
shouldn't. Charm is slightly better.
Brought to you by the National Transportation Safety Board.
And Intimidate
Kids,
don't have anything
don't
yet.
chloroform and drive. The more you know.
The more you know. I'm...
Oh, wait, why did I... and now you know.
And now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
It's also how you go insane. All right. You go meet the others. Drop me off.
We'll be at the bridge soon.
Drop me off.
Where?
Anywhere. Yes.
Are you sure?
This is the best split the party ever.
I know.
Are you sure?
I was like, man.
We have to split the split.
Yeah.
If you cannot handle being in the city right now, we may
Maybe
need...
that's the name of the episode.
Split the split.
We have to split the split.
We may need the information that Erica Carlisle has in that safe. If we couldn't get the Juju House ledger, and that's fine, but we will probably need whatever was in that safe from the Carlisle expedition.
Can he roll to get control of himself again?
Oh, no.
Charm.
Okay.
Charm. Seeking charm.
Maybe you can roll to.
Can I try to persuade
So
him?
here, I mean,
Brawl.
Carlisle would have to, like, that would be an amazing turnaround. Mm-hmm. If, like, for her to actually have sent you anything to your house at this point, in, the 4 hours since the thing was dropped off at her place,
Yes.
would have to be a pretty impressive turnaround.
It would be a very impressive turnaround.
I'd give you a critical luck roll.
Do you want me to make that now? See if I can make that?
Oh, we won't know.
No,
unless it's
you're
your-
going to decide if
your
you're,
flat.
if you're, are
Exactly.
you even going to check? I'm just telling you, like,
Right.
what it will actually take.
We need some kind of information. If we just run, then we have nothing.
If you want, I'll drop you right here.
Then drop me.
You know what to meet?
Yes.
You can make it there.
Miskatonic, we'll meet you there.
I'll see you there Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
All right?
I'll pull her over just long enough for her to get out of the car.
Yeah. He slows down. He doesn't.
All right.
I
Good luck,
I go.
Alexandra. I'll see you soon.
Be careful.
I will.
This is outstanding.
I love
And
this.
Donald is on the road, and
That's how one of your characters died, Nick. I've got to go off on my own and do this.
Oh, well, no, he knew.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. And honestly, I'm going to give it till like Monday morning and then get the hell out.
You should know.
he'll go until he feels safe. However long that takes.
All the way to Miskatonic.
Are you
That
right?
may
I mean, are you sensible enough to take the train, like drive to Connecticut and take the train, or are you going to drive all the way to Miskatonic?
I'm trying to think if he would be.
Think about this.
He's never been there before. He doesn't know where he's going. It's better to take the train.
Okay.
I think he'd feel safer once he feels out of New York. He'll feel safe enough
Okay.
to use the train.
All right. So yeah, you don't even drop the rental car off. You just leave it in the parking lot, and you are on a train to Connecticut. So you're about 5 hours behind them. Speaking of you guys,
Yep.
you have an uneventful train ride to Arkham, Massachusetts.
Do I get a hit point
I don't
back?
think that could be worse.
And you
Got a lot less sanity out of him.
you make your connection in Boston to Arkham, and by the time you get to Arkham, it's a little late. There's not really, Arkham is not a big town. There's not really a hotel. There are some bed and breakfasts and rooms for rent and that sort of thing, rooms for let. There's a boarding house that
Ma's boarding house, wasn't it?
At the
Oh no.
at the train station, you know, when you get off, the guy be like, "Oh yeah, no, there's nowhere for 6 of you to stay here in Arkham. Maybe you're gonna you're gonna talk to Maud."
Except there's 5 of us, so.
Oh, there's 3 of us right
Three of
now.
us.
Three of you.
We're looking for 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, math's a subjective reality.
Yeah, especially in Arkham.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find 5 rooms at the
Okay.
same boarding house.
Ah,
Or at
sweet.
least
It's-
3
yeah,
or something.
Comes
like
with
that,
dinner.
yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, or at least 3. If you don't want to care about anybody else, you can
No,
find 3 rooms.
no. We'll have to. We can bunch up.
So you were staying at Maud Frickert's.
Monty Frick.
Did you make that up, or is that a real thing?
Maud Fricker is a
It's a-
character that Jonathan Winters did. It was this old grandmother,
I love it.
old woman Frickert. So yeah, you're staying at Maud Frickert's boarding house, and
Okay.
it's doilies on the pillow, a cat that goes to whichever room it wants, and you know nobody can figure out how it got in there. Arkham is the epitome of like old gabled like houses in disrepair. There's a downtown you're just outside of that is sort of modern. It's got a speakeasy, which somehow you know where every speakeasy is.
He has a nose for these.
It's an important skill to live
Nice.
with Emma.
I'm not in dire need right now, so.
Yet.
But we know.
There's a
Get a drink anyway.
you know there's a diner and then there's a nicer Italian restaurant, and the university sort of dominates the middle of town. Arkham University is Miskatonic
I
University.
was gonna say what?
Miskatonic is a huge chunk of the middle of town, and it is a bustling, thriving university.
From all of the Arkham's, from all the Miskatonic stuff. Sorry, I keep saying Arkham. Miskatonic stuff is like, in general gameplay. Are you kind of playing off of that? So it's a seafaring town, or it's got a river, and
Yep,
it's
there's
got
the Miskatonic
cemetery
River
and-
runs right through
Okay.
it, and there's a large cemetery. There's a very nice park that at night is not at all creepy and shrouded in mist.
Nope.
The university again is the main divine. We could go pull out the Mythos Tales.
Yeah, I was
map.
exactly gonna pull out the map and
Yeah.
just be like, and here's where Miskatonic is.
Or pull out the cards.
Yeah.
So Mythos Tales is here's where I go off on a tangent, but Mythos Tales is a really interesting. Slightly, it needs errata.
Yeah.
If you're going to play it, get the errata. But it is
And some work, yeah.
And it is a detective game based in the Cthulhu universe, and so you are in the town of Arkham, and essentially it's like a multiplayer choose your own adventure. Where
sounds like fun.
Like on
That
my
sounds
turn,
awesome.
I'm going to go to and the
See
cool
the
thing is,
veterinarian.
yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
go, and you have a phone book, and so you can decide. I want to see if the Arkham Register, the newspaper, has anything. Go to P37, and so for this story,
and
you'll
read
see
your
there.
encounter with
Now,
the veterinarian.
Again, if you want to play it, I'm just going to caution you. On Board Game Geek, there's some errata that you really need because there's one mission in particular that references something that isn't on the map and makes things much more difficult
Yeah.
as you try
Thomas
to figure
and
out.
I spent forever trying to be like, is it 2 blocks this way or is it
Yeah.
2 blocks that way? I
Yeah.
don't understand where I am.
The most frustrating part of that game is that at the end, so it's based on another game, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective.
good game.
And when you play that game, at the end, it tells you what Sherlock Holmes did. And it's always like something you would never think of because,
Because that's how the stories go.
And so
like not all the
similarly,
information
in this
there.
one, you have the head librarian of Arkham, Richard Armitage, who
The
he
actor?
says, "Here's what he did," and all of a sudden there's he did 3 steps,
Yeah.
and you're like, "It took me 8."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, and that wasn't even in the book.
Yeah.
What do you mean you talked to the guy at the tire shop?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mythos Tales, very cool game, and it comes with a neat map of Arkham.
Yep.
If only it included that park that is very important in that mission.
The park that is not at all creepy and shrouded in fog
right.
at,
That one.
at night.
And with I think with that digression, I think maybe let's go to break.
Sure.
Yes.
We're going to take a brief break. Although really, this is tape. We can take as long a break as we want. So
And just cut it down
ha.
later.
Nope.
It's like we never left. All right, we're back.
No, that doesn't count. That was a reference to yesterday. That was just a reference to the pause.
We're back from break, and shockingly, in the time they took to reflect on all the things that have gone wrong, it didn't get any better.
Nope.
So,
Did we reflect on anything?
Did you? I was going to say, did you reflect
I
on things?
did.
No.
You know what?
I'm going to the kids section in it. I'm not going to read any of the adult books because those could be dangerous.
also-
I did.
At Miskatonic, I feel
most
like
people
that's a
don't
bad
realize
bet.
the mythos power
Yeah.
of Are You My Mother?
And ABC 1, 2, 3.
Green eggs and ham. I will not eat it, Sam. I am.
Yes.
I wouldn't eat it either.
One
I see
fish,
the
two
true
fish.
meaning behind this now. Oh no.
The four-dimensional architecture that is whatever.
Sesame
All right.
Street.
Sesame
Oh my
Street.
God.
Yeah. All right. So
Non-Euclidean.
just to reset the stage, several of you are on
Holiday.
trains to, we get the Indiana Jones red line that is moving. You three are now firmly ensconced in Arkham. You at Moff Rickart's boarding house.
Donald's not far behind.
No, not far behind.
Not
He
five
left
hours.
very, very soon. after
It's
they-
true. And on the train, you start to come back to your senses. The farther you get away from New York, the happier you are. So let's stop and deal here for a little bit.
By myself in New York.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a recipe for disaster.
So you are going back to your house to check to see if
I am going to go back to my flat and do I have a doorman or like a super or
got a
someone?
super.
Okay, so I'm gonna be cautious about this because I remember a hole blown in the front of my building.
yeah.
And I'm gonna walk past the building a couple of times to see if anyone is watching it or anything like that.
Okay, make a spot hidden roll.
Nope, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
If you say so.
Everything looks great to me. So after I've walked past the house a couple of times and I feel like no one's watching it, who knows if that's actually true, I'm gonna go into the building and tap on and knock on the super's door. It's early evening.
Sure. Yeah. Irv Lowenstein.
Irv Lowenstein.
Mrs. Alexandra, how are you? How can I help you?
Hi. I just wanted to check and see if any messages had been left for me or any packages had come or anything.
Make that luck roll.
Here we go.
You make a critical luck roll.
Nope.
All right. No, haven't gotten anything. You expecting something?
Yes, I'm waiting to hear from a friend of mine. Has anyone come asking for me around here?
No.
All right. I'm planning to be out of town for a couple of days. So if anyone comes looking for me, would you mind holding on to my things, my packages?
Of course, yeah, that's no problem at all.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna step back out and just look up the stairs and decide whether I want to take the risk.
Okay.
No, all the things that were important to me are at the backup hotel.
All right, so you're going back to the Argonaut?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you pack everything up and you can be on a train in the morning.
Yeah, and in the morning, I'm gonna call back to the house and back to the super and see if anything has happened.
Make me a luck roll.
I'm retiring these dice.
Wait. Was that a fumble?
That was 100.
100.
Wow.
All right, yeah, he says...
I'm retiring
yeah.
these dice.
He says, yeah, you got a letter from a Carlisle, Erica Carlisle.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there shortly.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my flat
Okay.
and probably die.
You get to your flat and you ring your super. Mm-hmm. And yes, you have a letter from Erica Carlisle.
All right, I'm gonna pop it open and
Okay.
read it.
The 100 gets rid of the 1. The letter is basically a very polite form
Damn it.
letter that is thank you for your kind communication. I'm afraid at this time I have no further comment on the passing of my brother.
Yeah.
I ask that our family asks that you respect our privacy in this still trying time.
Heavy sighs. Oh, but I'm back at full health now.
Sure.
Because that was a night.
Way to look on the bright side.
Yeah, you know what? All right, and
You just have to make her understand.
No. I have enough social graces to understand when a door got slammed in my face.
Now it turns out she likes jazz.
Well, maybe we'll come back around if she decides that my voice is Ella Fitzgerald enough.
Right.
All right, I want to stop by Carlton Ramsey and then get out of town
Okay.
because I'm pushing my luck.
Okay. Carl Ramsey is very unhappy to see you.
I'm sure he is.
He will. When you come in, like he just holds a paper in front of your face. It's today's paper. And
Today's
it's,
paper has something about us.
The Monday edition has something about the cop killers broke into a store in Harlem and
The door was open.
and murdered 10 people gruesomely.
What? That was not what happened.
I don't care. Oh wait, Ramsey. That was your super.
Yeah,
He doesn't care either.
Yeah.
none of them care.
I don't care. Whatever happened, all that matters is what's in the paper.
Yeah. Damn it.
They are painting you with a very wide brush here, and you do not have control of the narrative.
No, we don't.
Gotta get control.
I have a horrible idea, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
I really want
You
to
can
hear
share it
this
with me at
horrible
breakfast.
idea. I really want to hear this horrible idea.
You could get them to believe that the cop killers were the ones actually responsible for the previous murders, not Hilton Adams.
That's a terrible
That is
idea.
a
That's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
And again, the description of these two, like the sketches of those two, are included, and the descriptions of you two.
Okay, but they don't have like a sketch of me?
They don't have the descriptions of you two are pretty generic.
Okay. So I'm not free and clear, but definitely.
Right. You really need to stop coming here.
All right. Do you want to know where we're going next, or would you prefer to be left out of it?
I don't think it's a bad idea to tell me. Again, if you have need of certain specific resources, I know people who might be able to connect you with things with enough lead time. So yeah, if we just, here's what we'll do. Every time you arrive in a place, send me a telegram with the name of the hotel you're staying at. But that's it.
Okay. And you'll know it's from us?
No one else is going to send me the name of a hotel.
That's fair. All right.
You can tell them it's from Mrs. Zoe Smith.
Or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
It's fine.
All right.
I don't get a lot of telegrams.
All right. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on.
And if you require that assistance, the telegram would also be the best way to do this.
All right.
And send it to the P.O. box that I gave you, not to my office.
Oh, he gave us a P.O. box?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember that, but there was a lot happening last episode. All right. All right. I'm leaving town.
All right. So you four are going to have a day in Arkham.
Yeah.
Before I get there.
Lovely, lovely Arkham.
What's Zoe's last name? Because I'm
Smith.
Smith.
Smith. Okay.
And did he show up just like wide-eyed, middle of the night?
An hour after.
Yeah, he shows up like an hour.
I drank myself into a nap. I'm sorry. I went to bed early.
Languages for following the path of the Carlisle expedition would I want to pick up guides or books for?
Oh, not bad. All right, so you know that the Carlisle expedition went from London to Cairo to Kenya.
Nairobi, right?
Yep.
Well, Nairobi's a city in Kenya.
Yeah.
Well, and do you want to talk about this?
But the Africa question is tougher because there are a number of tribal languages. In Cairo, Arabic would be super useful, or possibly there's Demiotic Egyptian, which is a bastardization of hieroglyphics that is still spoken by
I don't think
some.
I'm going to find a book on hand for that,
In
but I
Arkham,
will
you will
look.
certainly find.
Well, no, I'm not looking in
Oh.
because that's just like browsing. That's
Yeah.
not buying.
Right.
I'm looking for like
Oh, so you can find an Arabic
yeah.
for sure.
We can chat.
And yeah, you will. That'll help. Also, oftentimes on ships, if you're traveling to somewhere specific, there will be some language classes that will give you some basics.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Definitely.
So yeah, you are. I'm going to give you each. You can. I'm going to give you each one die roll in Arkham to do something. So let's start over here. What are you researching or looking for in Arkham?
Well,
Pardon me, for the podcast listeners, Professor Lamb. Let's start.
thank you.
Well done.
Yes. So, yes. Well, I'm going to be looking in the library for.
Professor Plum.
With
With a
Candlestick.
no, help with the crowbar.
The crowbar. The crowbar. Yes, we'll
Gotta watch out for that.
You still have that crowbar, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All
No,
right.
that's not. That's,
It's your lucky crowbar
That's
at
it.
this
I'm
point.
keeping it. I'm keeping it. So I'm gonna research in the library. Actually, I'm gonna try to research about this bloody tongue.
Okay, make me a library use roll.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Was it a hard success? Or?
Nah. There's a good one though. 41 out of 65.
okay, so the cult of the Bloody Tongue is a Kenyan death cult. It worships a being or a deity called the Bloody Tongue. It is. Did you get a hard success?
No.
Okay, so it is.
Close, but-
It is believed that this cult is dormant and is is no longer extant. But you find some materials that make and Jackson's notes make it clear, and his forehead make it clear that the cult
Still around.
is not dormant. You also find a description of the being the Bloody Tongue, and it describes a primal alien beast that embodies rage and sort of callous disregard for any safety, itself, others, whatever, just wanton violence.
Okay.
And I think for a normal success, that's most of what you're going to get.
All right.
I'll give you that the most common weapon of the cult
Okay.
is a club. Let's see here; it has a specific name. It's a club that is. It's a club with a spike in it. It's a spiked club that is called.
Murder Club.
It's the.
No, that's what they're in. the
No,
murder
that's your team. You are the murder club.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, with the Great Dane Society.
I have a feeling like we're gonna. No, for you two, we can't change the name.
Nope.
Yeah, that's right. That would not go well.
Murder Club tonight on Murder Club.
A.
First rule of Murder Club.
A, that wouldn't
Don't
go
go to
well.
the
B, our
library.
searchability would drop.
The first rule of Murder Club is don't go to the library. Oh, fudge.
All right.
The name
The
of this
Spiky Club.
club. Here we go. It is called a panga.
Punga. Cool.
What are you doing for your time? Oh, you're looking for a book on Arabic? Is that?
And the ABCs.
And
Oh, I was just gonna. Yeah, well, I didn't.
and enjoying.
Is it gonna take a? I was actually gonna do some research, but is it gonna take a long time to find a
Not a
book
bit.
there, like in a
No,
bookstore?
go ahead. What do you want to research?
Actually, I was gonna do the same
The
thing.
Bloody Tongue?
Yeah. Well, just general cults in the area too. Just anything.
Okay, well.
Because
make
it
me-
might not be documented perfectly, and there might be.
Okay, cults in the area? Sure. Make me a library use. Let me know what kind of success you get.
That would be not a success.
All right. So when you ask for cults in the area, the librarian says, "Oh, there are no cults in Arkham." And like
Okay.
3 people in the library laugh.
How comfortable is the laugh? Is it
No.
No, it was you guys laughing.
One guy agrees a little too. No, she's right. There are no cults in Arkham.
Oh man. We just set fire to the
feel
whole
like
town
another
and walk
roll is
away.
in order, but I'll just leave that where it is.
So what you'll find is that. You know what you find? You find a.
That there's cults in Arkham?
No, you find a handbill to a lecture, and you find notes to a lecture that was given in Harvard by a Professor Cowles that was notes about a bat cult that existed among the Aboriginal peoples of Australia. And the god of the cult was known as the father of all bats. And that sort of resonates with you because the other
Father
one was
of
the father of
maggots.
all
Yeah.
maggots.
Well, and also, never mind.
Batty.
Let me know when you tell me this.
And I'm going to shorthand this very quickly, but basically, the followers of this cult believe that by making human sacrifices, they themselves become worthy enough that the father of all bats would appear to them. Once he appears, he will conquer all men. And they used clubs that were embedded with the sharp teeth of bats.
Jeez.
Somewhere.
And what was it?
That's the only important information. Tooth Bat
Subdues all
Club.
men?
What now?
What does he do to all men?
He will conquer all
Okay.
men
Okay.
if he shows up. And it is this this cult seems to be in northern Australia.
Oh, I hope we don't have to go there.
Oh, good.
Nope.
All right, that's what you get. What are you researching or looking for?
I had 2 options for Donald. Either he's going to deal with his sanity,
Okay.
but does he need 2 days to
seeing
do
a
that?
psychologist in Arkham.
Yeah, psychology.
Yeah, sure, go to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
See
Yes,
how
there's
that
an
goes.
asylum down
Well,
the
we've got.
street. Yes.
We basically have until Wednesday, right?
Yes.
And this is Monday.
Yes.
All right. But for the first day, Monday, what he wants to do is go to the music department of Arkham, bring his violin with him, find a nice, quiet, open practice
room.
hall by himself, turn the lights down low, and just play some music and try to get his mind sorted out.
I will give you 1 sanity back for that.
Yeah.
That is
I need to come up with a
you
thing.
have found your that is you feel centered and you feel sort of back in your element, and it kind of grounds you again in that. Yeah.
Emma, it's
and then
whiskey.
for the second day,
Yeah.
when he feels,
We're doing one day for everyone. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
So I would like
sanity
to do a callback.
little,
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Brotherhood of Black Pharaoh.
There we go. All right.
Hey.
Make me a library use.
Mother of
What'd you roll?
maggots. 96.
Yes! All right, you find all sorts of really interesting books that you really, really, really want to read.
Oh, no.
Yes, I do. Give me a good one.
So
Check
you
this out, or do I have to stay in the inner sanctum to read it?
these are the this is in the restricted collection. So you find a book that tells you that it's essentially a dynastic history of Egypt, and it says that in the let's see here.
And I think I know some of this.
Wow. Well,
No, I remember this being talked about.
Yeah, because that's where I was like,
so in the end of the 3rd dynasty, a man known as Nephren Ka came to Egypt. Nephren Ka was a powerful sorcerer. He brought madness and death to his enemies. The stories say he came from an ancient city in the deserts of Arabia, Iram, the City of Pillars. This place is mentioned in Al-Azif. All who knew of it held it in dread. Nefrin Ka revived the worship of an old foul god, the Black Pharaoh. Soon Nefrin Ka and that god were interchangeable in the minds of the people, and the sorcerer became known as the Black Pharaoh. For many years, the Black Pharaoh fought with the successors of the Third Dynasty for control of the land. For a time, Nefrin Ka ruled the Nile and its peoples. At last, another pharaoh named, I love this name, Sneferu.
Sneferu.
S-N-E-F-E-R-U.
Yep.
Sneferu rose and founded the Fourth Dynasty. With the aid of Isis, he defeated the evil magic of Nefrin Ka. That's like the preface of this book you read.
Okay.
This is going to take you all of your time in Arkham.
Totally
because
fine.
you like start reading and you don't stop. Like they have to
Okay.
kick you out every night. And you're like, I'll be back tomorrow.
So
I'm sure they're used to that.
There is. So what you find out, that's the preface of the book,
Yep.
basically. The meat of the book is all about how stupid Sneferu was.
Okay.
And how Sneferu built a pyramid in Meidum, which
How do
is
you spell that?
a dynastic city in Egypt, Meidum. He built a pyramid in Meidum to contain the sorcerer's body.
Uh-oh.
The goal of this pyramid was to lock the Black Pharaoh
Yeah.
and not allow him access to eternal life.
And so when I'm reading this, do I think that the Black Pharaoh is Zifur?
No, Al-Azif is a
Yeah.
book.
Oh, I'm
It-
sorry,
there's-
not Al-Azif.
Nefrin Ka?
Nefrin Ka. That's
Oh, no, well, so again, there was a Black Pharaoh before Nefrin Ka.
Yeah.
But now Nefrin Ka and the Black Pharaoh are synonymous.
Okay. But,
Contemporarily in Third Dynasty Egypt.
okay.
But, and not to go down a rabbit hole
Yeah.
of weird Egyptian stuff, but pharaohs often became gods,
Got it.
to the people and that sort of
Because
stuff.
They were considered gods, basically.
what would be my theory like? So I'm feeling almost like a chicken and egg theory
I'm very
right
interested
now.
in your theory.
So is Nefrin Khan now the Black Pharaoh? Like in my head, if I meet him again in a dream and I roll up on him and be like, "Hey, Nefrin Khan, I know your name,"
I look forward to that conversation.
Me too.
or
in
is the
worst
Black Pharaoh
possible
like,
way.
I locked him in a temple later. I'm back, baby.
Well, about that, as you read further, the first pyramid collapsed.
Okay. Gee, funny thing happened on the way to the pyramids.
And a second pyramid, which was already under construction, was hurriedly repurposed. This second pyramid was in Dashur.
I feel like that's going to come up.
That pyramid, well, no, you're not going to get that. You only got a normal success, right?
What do you mean?
You
No,
didn't-
I've epically failed, which is why I know all this crazy
yes,
shit.
Yes, you were getting all sorts of crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
You
Yes,
had to make
all
a
right.
sand roll at some point.
So, there's another pyramid at Dashur, the Red Pyramid, which is said to guard Dashur lest Nefrin Ka arise from the dead. And that is what you... Actually, I'm going to give you... Since you failed so badly and since you're about to lose some sanity, you find out that in the 6th dynasty, several hundred years after all this, a queen, Nitocris, came to power. She was thought to be in league with a new cult of the Black Pharaoh.
I've heard that name before.
Queen.
Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna see if I could get some more info on that.
Necrotis.
Well,
My next
so you're not going to hear, like, Amy's basically not going to talk about any of this
Right,
for several
right,
days,
right.
because
Yeah.
you don't see Emma for like 3 days.
How do you spell Necrotis?
Nitocris.
C-R-I-S.
Nitocris? I don't know.
Yeah.
Necrotis?
And she'll never talk about her if I keep
Well-
her fed with sticky buns.
Yeah. And sticky buns and whiskey.
Well, but
Yep.
that's one of my dream things. So I was
Yes.
thinking I could it would be
Well,
one
again,
of the things I look at.
you don't know any of
No,
them.
no,
Right, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have that name
Got it.
too.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing I was going to try to
Sure.
see if I could look.
All right, so that is the first.
Then we could share.
That is the first
First
time
day,
in
right.
Weird
Arkham.
way.
So you've got all your stuff. Now make me a sand roll.
There it is.
But what about the Brotherhood? Like, and then I just like, is there anything? Because I know that the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh was disbanded about 50 to 100 years ago.
That's
and
right.
That they were, yeah, and I know about Zahar.
We could be here.
Just trying to lose more
Who's
sanity.
that?
That's all
Zara
I'm
Shafiq
hearing.
is the spice. She's the lady in the spice shop.
Got it. Okay. Egyptian murder cult. You know. You know, that was the title of that segment.
Well, and we do remember.
31. So I make it.
All right, so
I have
you
a
don't
52
lose.
sand.
You don't lose any sanity.
Oh.
You feel like there are vistas in this book that could be opened to you if only.
I could talk to the Black Pharaoh one more time.
Well, I mean that's certainly one way to do it.
Yeah.
If only if only you could comprehend it. You feel
So,
like
off to
there are
London?
vistas to this book. That
Okay.
You are more than if you'd missed your sand roll, you would probably try to steal this book.
I'm thinking about it right now.
She doesn't need to be insane
That's
to do
just
that.
Emma in
All right.
general.
We'll get back to that. All right, we went that way. So you are now here
Yeah.
in Arkham.
Holly Emma is definitely looking very tired.
Yeah.
Is this still Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was you get in Monday evening.
And I like look around and see if I can find them.
Yeah, you there's not that many boarding houses, and not only that, but basically, if you're not from Arkham and you're not going to the college, you pretty much go to Moff Rickart's boarding house.
Okay.
All right, so now Tuesday, similarly, you're each going to get, except for Amy,
Yep.
you're each going to get one thing to do. Amy shows up at breakfast and goes right to the library.
And you see me briefly for dinner
Yeah.
as I shove a cinnamon bun in my throat and just
Yeah.
walk off.
I do want before we disperse from breakfast to tell
Alexandra,
them.
good.
Yes, I made it. Well, there's bad news. There's a lot of bad news.
More than we have now. Okay.
There's
That could
more.
also be an episode name.
Yeah.
A lot of bad news.
A lot of bad news. The cops found the juju house, and they found, well, not what you
Wait.
not what you described. They
Why
found,
don't we tell them first what
don't-
happened at the Juju
Why don't
house?
you tell them? I was unconscious for most of it.
All I know is that the shopkeeper has some sort of spell, divination or something on the outside. As soon as we arrived, he knew we had arrived. He spoke through Alexandra,
I was unconscious at the time. Like,
Feels about
in-
right.
saying
Feels about-
he
it's
knew
magical.
he knew we were there.
Yeah.
I went inside quickly to try to find the ledger. Before I could even search, something came out of that basement. It was not a zombie. It was something much, much, much worse than a zombie. I don't have words.
Just push it down. Push it down deep inside.
feel, don't feel.
It was dark, like moving ink or shadows.
No, you don't have to.
Oh,
Just squish it into a little ball. Push it down.
right. It was horrible, horrible. I made it out alive, Alexandra. We escaped.
Just
And we
one?
Obviously.
What do you? I don't know.
How much have I read the book at this point where I was like, just one?
Not enough.
Okay.
Not enough.
It wasn't a zombie,
Oh,
but
okay.
It was like large shadow ink blob. I'm sorry. Close your ears, Sylvia. It was massive. It was multiple things. Maybe souls. Many souls.
faces.
And now we read the newspaper. You say.
Yes, where they said that the Harlem cop killers broke into a house and a
Local
shop,
business.
a local business, and killed 10 people. There were bodies found in the juju house.
It's like all of them were in this one thing. It was horrible.
So, for very obvious reasons, he wants to be associated with this. Carlton Ramsey wants to be associated with this as little as possible, but we are still carrying on Jackson Elias's
Good.
work.
We got to know
Good.
more about this cult. That's just like, yeah, no, this is great. This is where we need to be.
He
So you both have alibis now.
Of what?
Well, you weren't there. You were on the train.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
Robson's cricket is the day is long or
I like
short.
it.
And
I
this
like
time.
it though.
It's just something
Yeah.
like keep
Do we
those
have
keep
paper?
those stubs.
Exactly.
Did I like
Keep the
buy a
evidence.
copy of the paper on
we
the way
couldn't
out of
have-
town?
Sure, yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
show
way.
it.
Look, see? Yeah.
Does the paper say there was 4?
Say for what?
4 cop killers?
Yeah, there says there were 4.
Right, look at this.
Somehow
Garbage.
you're always like exonerated.
Just got what?
He wasn't
Out on a
involved at all.
technicality. By extension, you might also. Just saying. Like it's not
I like
bad.
that your alibi is, well, but there are 5 of us, so
Well, it's like
clearly.
they said
I'm
the
not-
4 killers are there, and it's like, well, it can't be this group of
Because there's
people
5 of us.
Because,
That's right.
There you go.
Genius.
don't drag me
Works
into
for
this.
There's more.
Okay.
That could also be an
Wait,
episode
wait,
title.
wait.
Don't
More?
drag me into this.
Oh, wait, there's more.
I
Dot,
like
dot,
that.
dot.
But wait, there's more.
What is it?
I stopped off at my flat and I heard back from Erica Carlisle.
And
Nothing.
Well-
She doesn't remember me apparently.
no, and that should be pretty much her MO, I think, in general. But we could, when we're in London, try and find someone who could pull her strings or whatever.
Pull her chain, I like
yeah,
that
pull her
better.
chain, and see if they could dig out his psychological profile for us.
It wasn't the psychological profile. We needed
notes.
the papers that were
Okay.
in the safe.
His notes so we can keep going.
Okay. But again, he was closely associated with the Penhew Foundation, as the papers have said, so I'm not really revealing
Oh,
any new
yeah.
information to everybody here.
So if we can get in contact with the Penny
Yeah.
Foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that Jackson Elias went to the Penhew
Yeah.
Foundation,
So we should, once we're on the boat, telegram ahead
went
of
to
time.
visit those nice Shipleys.
Nope, nobody nope. Ask for a meeting and then just see what we can, whoever's got the highest skill with human beings. Not it. Not it.
No.
Not it.
Goes.
Not my skill set.
Whoever's got the highest.
So that leaves no one.
Well, that,
None of us.
that
Maybe.
said, we do have a doctor of archaeology.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have archaeology,
And maybe
so I can talk
require
about that.
those for research. You
Yes,
know? So once we
exactly.
get there, maybe impress upon him that you would like to, I don't know, continue
the research.
Yep.
Continue the research
And then all of the
Beauty.
sources. And if he could request those for us, therefore we don't have to then specifically ask her again.
Call of Cthulhu, the only RPG where all the PCs are introverts.
Yep.
I'm just going to read this book.
That said, Erica Carlisle was making it very clear that they wanted to be left alone in this very trying time. Never mind the fact that I don't think she cared much for her brother.
Bollocks.
It's
Do we know anything
And it's been
about
5
her?
years.
Has it been 5 years? I thought it was 4.
Wow.
Between 4 and 5.
What's the difference?
Enough.
Well, and also too, do we know any pressure points that we can place on her?
So right here.
Yeah, exactly. If you rub a little bit between the shoulders.
What I wouldn't give for a massage. Anyway.
No, but that's a
Turning
good
into
idea
a very
about the
different
archaeology.
podcast.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, it's a good point about being able to maybe use some of my connections to be able to get some more information out.
Well, and he was a playboy, wasn't he? Maybe there's someone that we can find that was connected to him that would know a bit more. Spill the
Possibly.
beans a bit.
Yeah.
I have a
I
question.
know some. I might know somebody.
Is this university been useful towards our endeavors?
Hugely.
So far,
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, how is the research going?
I mean,
What day am I on?
our plan was to
This is
leave.
still
Tuesday.
Tuesday. This
We're-
is still the day
we're
we're
Tuesday.
I stopped everyone at breakfast and went, there's news. It's not good.
No,
Our
it's
plan is Friday, right?
Well, don't we have to leave whatever day we have to leave?
we
I don't know
should-
what day
we
have
should
to
leave.
You should leave Wednesday
Yeah.
to be able to get to the boat on Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, so now I know when to get. I'll go get tickets.
Okay.
Second class.
Nope.
All of
Did
them
you say that out loud?
No. Saying that specifically to one person here who.
All right, yeah.
not actually-
So you spend
Here, technically.
25 times 5, 250. That's 1250.
25 times 5. 25
Yeah.
times 5 is,
I
is,
catch-
100, is
hold on.
125.
Yeah.
So-
So add a 0 because it's 250.
What do I roll to catch wind of this bullshit?
Don't. You're in a book.
Yeah,
That's true, you're
you are
right.
consumed.
Yeah.
By.
All right. So the only thing I do want to do after hearing
You could
this,
probably get an upgrade once you're on the boat.
probably not if they have room. The only one thing I do want to do is because I feel very concerned about the lost souls.
Which ones? There's so
The
many.
10
There's
that
so
are in the
many.
juju house that are trapped in that black ooze, that I write a telegram
Okay.
using just an anonymous
All right.
name to, God, what's his name? I think it's Patrick Donnelly, but I don't know.
Who are you writing?
For contact in the Vatican, or
No, somebody like my actual father, like the father of my local church.
Oh, okay, yeah.
God bless it, I don't know where his name is in here. It's in here somewhere.
Sure.
Patrick Donnelly's good enough.
Yeah, Patrick Donnelly is apparently. Oh wait, he might be on the back.
Father Donnelly.
Father
Yep.
Donnelly?
Father
something.
Donnelly.
Boy,
Father Dowling.
Yeah. Yeah, so I write to him just saying that,
We don't. Now we're gonna change brands. It's not. It's no longer a GI Joe minute. It's a Father Dowling minute.
just saying that, it's kind of to the effect of, they need to, there are some lost souls at that establishment, and that if you could just, say a prayer.
All right. Yeah. Of course, you send that off. Mm-hmm. We'll we'll start the Murder She Wrote content soon. That's gonna be very exciting. All right. So it is Tuesday. We went this way this time. We'll go this way this time. Mm-hmm. What are you doing for today?
Donald's not much for the library, but he's going to give it a shot.
Okay.
Since it seems a fun
What
thing
are you
to do.
interested in finding out about?
He wants to see if he can figure out what that thing was in the basement.
Oh.
There's going to be some stories and folklore about
Sure.
creatures and whatever.
Sure. Okay.
So he'll delve into that
make
darkness.
me a library use roll.
Take that, sanity.
That 1 point of sanity will be gone soon. 81 is a failure.
All right. So you find a. Oh man, what was Michelle's character's name in Horror on the Orient Express?
I can't remember.
Constance?
No.
Oh.
Not Pearl.
Sybil.
That's it.
There we go. All right. So you find
if it's not Sybil Ramsey, I'll be sad.
you find a children's book.
No, you
written
don't.
by Sybil, whatever her last name is, that is essentially a children's. This was our friend Michelle was actually doing this in a campaign where every time she saw something awful, she'd draw it and then write like a little children's limerick about it. So she has created a children's book about this, and in the book, it says that. There is something called a chakota that is a ravenous beast that devours souls, and then whatever it devours becomes part of it. And the picture looks a lot like what you saw there. It's cuter in crayon.
I can deal with that better.
Watercolors, they really take the edge off.
And then while he's looking,
Michelle's now canon.
he'll look through some other books or other pages in the same book.
Okay, they're all terrifying.
But what author's name is what?
Sybil, oh man, I'm going to have to ask her afterwards. I'll find out the last name for you.
She was making a children's book?
Yeah.
Specifically.
As she was like,
Okay.
who did she shoot you? Who did she somebody was trying to take her car and she pulled out a .45 and
Not me.
That was the Fed.
Thomas ate me, so.
There was
Sorry, what?
There was the Fed. That was the
No,
very
no, no,
first
no,
time
no.
the Fez showed up.
Jeez. No, I'm going straight to the first time where didn't her driver get dragged down in the sewers or something?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying
right.
to remember all the stuff that
The
happened.
driver who hated you all.
Wow.
So maybe for the audience, you should explain this little bit of segue.
This is a home game that Thomas and Amy and Nick and I ran for those guys with some of our other friends long ago, and I just every once in a while will make oblique references to having those characters pop in here. And
Nice.
I totally don't remember Sybil's last name, but
We'll find it out.
I'll find out, and I will. I'll let you know what it is.
Right on.
But yes, that was once Sybil retired because her sanity got very low, and that was when Sybil returned. That's what she'd been doing. Is she had been writing a children's book about various horrors of the Cthulhu mythos.
Edward Gorey.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Emma died, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well, clearly not 9 Emmas have died.
Yep.
Was that the Emma
Eight.
that
This is
participated?
8,
We're on 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the Emma that participated in the fertility ritual?
Yes, it was.
La 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 la.
Amazing. What? It was awesome.
Okay.
Ran naked in the woods.
Yeah.
Made a deal with Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
We were tight. Me and Chicken Feet tight.
Never make a deal with Baba Yaga.
Oh my goodness.
That's what
that was
Donald
the
will
second
do.
Emma.
He'll look through this book about
First Emma
monsters
didn't
and
make it
creatures.
to Baba Yaga.
No, that first Emma didn't make it. This was
Yeah.
the
God.
investigator.
The first one was a librarian from Arkham. The second Emma was a tabloid reporter in London.
Yeah.
That got on the train. Don't get on the train.
The train was fine until Thomas blew it up.
Yeah,
my
no,
goodness.
the train,
Thomas.
and
Oh my
that's
goodness.
Well,
when
there were other
there were Fez
circumstances.
guys. There were Fez guys
So
on the
many
train.
things I have to catch up on.
Honestly, I don't know any of this either. This is what happens when you have people who've played together for
Yeah,
a
we shouldn't be on
decade.
this tangent. Sorry.
No. I'm just saying, is there?
Welcome to other alternate histories.
Yeah. When I bring back other Emmas, they'll know this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
It's that shuffle of cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are horrified that this is in the children's section, but there you
But
go.
it's educational.
It is, yes.
It doesn't screw my
Yes.
sanity. That's what's
It
good.
does not. No, it's not. It's not
That horrible.
There's not enough context or actual, real content. But you spend a good hour just staring at that picture in the. You're like, see, you're sitting in the library and you turn the page and you're just like,
Oh.
and you just stare at it for an uncomfortably long time.
Do you think it moves?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I want to go through the newspaper archives and find as much as I can on the Carlisle expedition.
All right, make me a library use roll.
Nice.
My library use is bad, but we'll see.
Do it.
Nope. 82.
All right, so you find the entire itinerary. So you find, I will give you,
Oh, good.
I'll give you the timeline of their travels. So,
I was like, hang on, where are we writing this down?
And I want to find out the names of the people who were involved, where they went, and everything that I can find out about them,
sure, the names are easy of the Carlisle expedition. They
which I have
are-
written down elsewhere in my book.
I was going to say, you have Robert Carlyle, Sue Huber, Aubrey Penhew, Dr. Robert Hewelson, Hypatia Masters, Jack something Brady.
Brass
Yeah,
Brady.
Brass Brady,
Brass.
yep. Erica Carlisle.
No,
Mark-
Erica wasn't there,
but she's in there.
but Benet was.
Yep.
yeah.
Although I suppose she's not
Benet is
mentioned.
not mentioned.
I'm sure she isn't, but I remember her.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have her highlighted as a girlfriend.
All right, so the basic. In April of 1919, the Carlisle expedition leaves New York for England. About a week, 10 days later, arrives in London, leaves London on the 28th of April, so 2 weeks later. So they're in London for a total of 2 weeks. On the 15th of May, they arrive in Cairo. On the 20th of May, they start a dig near Giza. That dig ends on May 26th.
In Giza,
Yes,
and it ends when May 20.
May 26th. There is no record of the expedition again until July. In July of 1919,
1919.
this all happens in 1919.
Sorry, I misheard the day.
In July 1919, the Carlisle expedition plans their safari vacation in Kenya. And yes, there are audible air quotes on the word vacation there. So basically, from the 20th of May until the 3rd of July, there's no stories about the expedition. Then they go on the 18th of July, they leave Egypt for Kenya. 30th July, they arrive in Mombasa, Kenya.
Yes, my handwriting is awful, but I can read it. Mombasa,
October 15th, 1919.
October. Oh, sorry, what?
October 15th, 1919. The Carlisle expedition is presumed dead. March 1920, Erica Carlisle arrives in Kenya to search for traces of the Carlisle expedition. May 1920, mutilated remains of the Carlisle expedition are found. June 1920, I bet all this writing is like ASMR.
I bet it is.
June 1920, 5 Nandi tribesmen executed following a short trial. And this is not anything you find, but just for context, May 1923, Jackson Elias departs New York to do his research on the Carlisle expedition.
1923.
And that letter, one of the letters you found from him was written in Nairobi to Jonah Kensington, and it was dated August 1924.
Yeah.
August 8th, 1924.
Wow, so he spent a year and a half on this, nearly.
Yep.
Traveled the world, too.
So yeah, you get that timeline, and you also get the names of the Carlisle expedition, which for the newcomers, I'll just go over again very quickly. Roger Carlisle, billionaire playboy, philanthropist,
Probably not the philanthropist part.
really wanted to, decided to go travel the world and do a dig in Egypt, probably because of the influence of Sir Aubrey Penhew. You know the name Sir Aubrey Penhew. He is a noted archaeologist. He has been involved with, let me see here. I'm going to give you the exact, here we go. He has been involved, through the Penhew Foundation, he's been involved in dozens of digs in Egypt.
Yes.
And you know that the Penhew Foundation is a massive underwriter of influential research on all things, things concerning Egypt. Also, part of the group was Dr. Robert Houston, and he seems to, the best you can tell, he's a psychiatrist. Not very much is known about him. Hypatia Masters, she was the heiress to a armaments fortune, and she was quite wealthy. She was a bon vivant, attending boarding schools in the continent, and she was always, there were always rumors that she was involved with Roger Carlisle. She was along on the expedition as a photographer. Last but not least is Jack Brass Brady. He was a Marine, U.S. Marine. He was Roger Carlisle's bodyguard. So those are the members of the Carlisle Foundation, Carlisle expedition.
Place your bets as to which ones we're going to run into. I have my money
I
on...
smell a YouTube giveaway.
I have my money on Jack Brass Brady because he's the one most likely to beat the shit out of us, but we'll find out.
Well, dead or alive is the bigger question.
Yeah, no, I know.
Which one do we run into, dead or alive?
Well-
Psychiatrist would be scary.
Psychiatry should be scary either way.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's what you get for that. What are you looking for?
Let me know
Man, I
if
got one
I'm
on a
spreading
failure.
myself
Crumpets?
too thin. No, I'm gonna go griddle cakes. But
All right, Moff Rickert will make you a lovely pancake.
nice. I'd like to see again going to like bookstores potentially. Is it possible that there's like occult stores in Arkham?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm particularly interested in looking into guides on like Kenya expeditions. But what I'm really looking for when I flip through books to buy them, I'm looking for anything about like plants, about
Okay.
the area, just like general.
Make me a library use roll.
Yeah, just a hard success.
Oh, just,
Not a crit.
Just.
Just a hard
Just.
success.
Was
so
close.
yeah, you
Got
will
a 14.
find a book that lays out the
close.
medicinal properties of various herbs and plants that are native to the Kenyan area. So I will give you advantage on any roll, like of recognizing herbs in Kenya. I will forget that by the time you guys are in Kenya. So
Write it down.
Remind me, but you will have advantage, and you can refer to that book for as needed.
And would I have time to do a little bit of research in the library proper as well, or is that pushing it?
We'll do that. Sure. What do you want to find out?
I'm mainly curious about drawing parallels between the vampire cult, the
Karasiri.
yeah, this is because that's the bloody tongue, right?
Yeah.
The bloody tongue, the father of bats, and the father of maggots.
Okay. Make me a library use roll. Let's see what happens.
Just seeing if there's anything I can see that correlates. Oh yeah, that's another. No, that's just a regular success.
With a regular success, there's nothing that isn't like pure. There's really not a lot of conjecture. There's not a lot of connecting the dots there.
Okay.
You would need
To talk to me.
fair point. So you don't really find anything there.
Okay.
And what are you looking for?
Nitocris.
All right. Make me a library use roll. This is the kind of thing you only say in Cthulhu. You might use some inspiration on that.
I just made it, though.
Okay, all right, so you made it.
Okay.
So more what you find is the almost complete lack of mention of Nitocris. To the point that it is clear that this has, if this person existed, they have been expunged from the historical record. Which is actually quite impressive because the historical record was literally carved into walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's been done before.
Yeah, oh no, yeah.
The female pharaoh was basically chiseled out of
Right.
existence.
And so what you get is that you get you get nothing that you get the complete absence of mention of her, which is significant in and of itself.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to look for? Or?
Let's see, Nitocris was the big one that I
Yeah.
needed to find something about. I remember some of those hieroglyphs
Yeah.
I had never seen before.
Yeah?
So I want to see if I go through the books and see if I recognize any of those ones that I have stuck in my head.
There you go.
Sure, yeah. Make me a library use roll. Let's see what happens.
I just made it again.
All right, there you go.
That's good.
You could spend luck on it. That would be awesome. Only that would be a first, spending luck on a library use roll.
No, I mean, yeah.
Why would that-
But it's
really never happened.
Could I get more stuff that way?
I mean, you can. The
Yeah, no.
better success you get, the more.
Yes, I'm going to do it because I
You're
want
gonna spend. Well, you now. So do
you wanna spend
think
luck
about
or
how much luck it would cost you
Yeah.
to get to a hard success, because
Yeah.
that. I mean, if you're spending
Hard
30 luck,
success, Yeah,
That's-
that would, yes.
Do you want to inspire it? We are down to 2.
We're
no,
only
you
down
got
to
3.
two.
Where's? Oh, there it
We
is.
have 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You've got 3. No, I don't think that I should inspire it. I'll take what I can get.
All right.
I'll take what I can get.
Failure.
All right. So
Because I did make it. It just didn't do very well.
So you find a couple of the symbols that you saw, and they all have to do. It's almost like a recursive reference to rebirth.
Okay.
So it's like 4 different ways of in a recondite manner saying rebirth.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, and you are continuing to go crazy
Yep.
with your book. And that's going to close Tuesday.
All right.
Wednesday, you guys you figure you need to be heading out by. I might give you each 1 roll with disadvantage to do something in the morning. Or if you'd rather, just get ready to go, that's cool. But I'll give you a roll with disadvantage if you have something you want to find. Let's start over here. And are you going to steal this book? So you are in the protected stacks. It would be a lot harder. You basically sign in, and a woman you leave your bag at the desk in a little cubby.
Because no one has ever shoved a book in
Yeah.
the waistband of their pants.
All right.
Yeah, I would ask for 2 books and put 1. I don't know. Here's a question.
you feel like, if you just read this book, vistas, unknown vistas are open to you.
If we have to flee Arkham,
I mean, I'm
new?
already joining the Foreign Legion, so why not? Yeah. So am I that really obsessed with it?
No, you made your sand roll. If
Okay.
you'd missed the sand roll, yes,
No.
you
Oh,
would
okay.
be.
You would
be
steal it,
that.
full stop.
You would,
Okay.
you would have to have this book. You made your sand roll, so all it is that gnawing little like, I could. Mm-hmm. You're like the rich kid who shoplifts. You just want to feel something.
Yeah, that's tough because it's like if I don't feel like compelled, like if I walk away and be like I should have taken it, then that's an issue. Because I would have taken it.
I mean, you made your sand roll, so this this is just like that little voice in the back of your head.
Can't blame this one on the GM.
no, blame it on the dice. The dice have screwed us today.
No, we've been pretty loud.
What do you mean? I found this awesome book. Here, let me
I
show you
know.
some of these plants.
I've rolled 200s.
Show you something.
I have rolled 200s that never. I've never
Here's
rolled
a
100
dumb question.
before.
Just because
if you have
for gambling for
indigestion.
gambler's sake.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, I asked the librarian to look for something where there is a god or a god cult, like a cult around a god that is 5-tiered or has 5 aspects of a god.
5 faces, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The obese woman.
Yep.
The
Serpent.
Where is it?
The serpent, the father of the maggots, the bipedal bat, and the dark pharaoh.
That was it. Thank you.
Okay, make me that library use roll. I'm going to say that your specificity is going to overpower the.
Sanity.
No,
The disadvantage.
The
Gosh.
disadvantage.
but then again, your
I mean, how would it?
Nope, you still have disadvantage because you've got a
Okay.
time crunch.
Okay, so that was 10.
All
Let's see
right.
what my disadvantage is. 1.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't believe. Look at this.
There you go. All right. No, I'm.
Nice.
Onesies.
Nobody likes a
Wow.
gloater.
Yeah. So 10.
All right. Wow. Okay.
What is that for you? Is that a hard
Dang.
success or a critical success?
I don't know. That would be so. Library. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
that'd
is
be a
actually a critical
critical
success
success.
because I have a 55 in
All
library.
right. So you
So
will.
11 is my critical.
Dang.
Yes.
This I was stealing.
Oh no.
Okay.
This book is like chained.
Okay.
They like bring you into a cage, and they like.
Where's he at?
Oh,
He's
I
going
know what
nowhere
I'm
near a
doing.
cage.
Oh, no, I'm not going to the library this morning. I was
Okay.
actually going to go get supplies.
Okay.
He means breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
No, actual.
All
I'm
right.
not going to get them in Canada.
I'm just saying if I had double the writing
tidbits.
abilities.
I
Okay.
have to deal with the conversion of the currency? No, it's easier to get it here.
So yeah, this one, like you are in the super
She sits
secure
next to me.
stacks.
Yeah.
Oh no, she wants no part of like.
Okay.
But you are led into this room. You are in a cage. You will like ring a bell when you're ready,
Dang.
and they will come and get you.
Feels like an asylum.
And this book.
What's the name of the book? What was the name of the other book that I wanted to maybe take, maybe not take?
Oh, the book that you wanted to take was A Dynastic History of Egypt.
Dynastic History.
The true dynastic history
Okay.
of Egypt. I'm not making this all up as I go.
Okay, so what's this book?
Let's
there-
call this book.
You gotta lose sanity in a book.
Sand Loss by Ezra Denney.
It's written by Jackson Elias. No,
Yep.
we're gonna call this.
This is garbage.
So this is more almost like a paper, and it is. This is a paper titled "Speculative Connections of Transcontinental Cults,"
Oh, that's the book I was looking for.
and this paper is written by a professor, and he speculates that.
Oh, it would be hilarious if it was Octavia.
That there is the thesis is that there is a world spawning conspiracy that is run by death cults that are that are across the world, and that each of these cults is an aspect of a dark force, possibly a reincarnation of an ancient ruler of Egypt called Nyarlathotep.
Yes! Roll credits!
So wait a minute. Each is an aspect of a dark
too early.
force of a what Egyptian pharaoh? What is
Of
it?
a potentially a former ruler of Egypt named Nyarlathotep. So I was trying to shorthand it for writing, but to go, it's not that they know that there was
Yep.
a pharaoh named Nyarlathotep.
Yep.
They just are sort of, they heard that name and they figure, they're not going to say like, oh, there's an outer god named Nyarlathotep. This is something.
Got it.
And the paper, and because it's a paper, that's the only reason that you can sort of get through this.
Yeah.
The paper conjectures that the cult of the bloody tongue in Kenya, the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh in Egypt, the cult of the sand bat in Australia, and the Order of the Bloated Woman in China are all various aspects of this figure. And one of the footnotes,
Hang on a second. So it's Bloody Tongue, Sandbat, Order of,
Order of the Bloated Woman,
and what was the fourth one?
Bloody Tongue, Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh,
That's it.
Cult of the Sandbat, Order of the Bloated Woman.
So
What am I missing?
One of the
That's-
footnotes from these.
I was like, who's 5?
Oh, 5 is Nyarlathotep himself.
Okay.
Themselves.
Oh wow.
Cult of the Sandbat, Order of the Blood Woman,
And that's
Brotherhood of the Black
Australia.
Pharaoh. What was the fourth one?
Bloated?
Bloated Woman, which
Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh,
Yep.
Cult of the Bloody Tongue.
That was it.
You notice that it does not mention the Father of Maggots.
Right.
is... Yeah.
One of the footnotes in this book references that the name Nyarlathotep and most of what it suggests about it all come from the book Al-Azif.
We need
Yep.
that book.
And it mentions that there is that the copy of Al-Azif that they examined was at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
Okay.
Ah.
And there's no other information other than that's listed as its source.
Right. That's literally the footnote.
Okay.
It says like.
I filled 3 pages with notes for this.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to look up anything
See,
in the morning?
Know most of this
Again, you'll
stuff,
have
so not right.
disadvantage.
I think
crazy.
what Donald's going to do is start preparing for this trip.
Sure.
So he'll
Yeah.
start getting supplies for himself, and,
Yep.
and he'll,
Oh, I'm gonna do that too.
Oh, let's- we can both
Yeah,
do
you
that.
guys can. You guys
coordinate.
Yeah.
Can, yep.
Maybe we can get one non-disadvantage roll.
I think I'm going to join them in that
So-
because I'm not good at library stuff and gathering stuff. is-
Ammunition.
Are you
and other
looking for
things.
anything? So, have you've traveled transcontinentally? You know that firearms laws in England are they're not that bad if you're English. They're terrible if you're Irish. You know, you're not bringing guns
I'll explain this
into.
to you.
But
Well, we shouldn't be bringing anything.
but yes,
that
bringing
isn't
weapons. So
you don't need
Oh,
to
we're bringing
on the
weapons
level.
with us.
well, no. So through totally above ground means in England, you cannot buy firearms. However, you can pay $20 for a hunting license, 20
Yep.
pounds for a hunting license, and
get a
buy
shotgun.
all the shotguns you want because shotguns are hunting implements.
Unless you're Irish, or is that even if you're Irish?
Well, the Irish might have a little more problem, but
Buy one and yeah.
but you can you could
trouble's over.
just walk in
I
and
can
pay
buy
for
one
your
for
hunting license there and buy a dozen shotguns, and they'd be fine with it. But don't try and buy a handgun anywhere in England because you'll be arrested almost immediately.
Well, I have my bag with the false bottom.
And he has the viola case with the false bottom
Yeah.
as well.
Of course you do.
So
Play the viola and you're the first violin.
No. How's
that work?
It's larger than a violin case.
but so you
Gat in it.
I mean, so when you're buying these supplies, it's very easy to buy weapons and ammunition of a small number here.
Yeah.
But taking it on the boat would be a lot more difficult. You know, you've got your space for a concealed stuff. Customs at first class is not that bad. At second class, it's not. It's still.
Right.
It's
So
pretty
we'll
bad.
need those first class tickets.
Oh no, I got
Funny story.
Yeah.
Well, here's your second class ticket.
Can I bring my crowbar?
Wait, we'll need to upgrade
That's
that
not yet.
ticket.
No, we need to not be looked at as we come into England, and first class is the easiest way to do that.
Because rich people never do anything wrong.
Nope.
Right. They look the other way when you're rich.
Believe me.
Can we get one first class ticket and dump everything on them?
Of one piece.
When
of
do I
wood.
hear this?
It's not a budget.
Oh no, you're in a
like
cage.
dibs.
I know.
It's not a money issue. We have the money. Let's get more.
Well, let's
tickets.
just not waste it. We shouldn't just throw away money.
Let me know when I walk
It's
in
not
on
our
this
money.
conversation. Just let
It's
me know
Jackson's
when.
money.
No, you're stuck in a
Jackson
cage.
needs
I
us to
figured
do
they're
this.
just doing this when they're going out.
We don't need.
All right. Well,
We don't need everyone to be in
for
first
the
class.
last thing I wanted to do is actually,
We need
I wanted
enough
to
of
see
us
if they
in
had
first
any
class.
We need
museums
Need
that
one of us.
One at a
that had
time.
hieroglyphics in it, so I could find something like that. That's all. I was saying if they had anything there that I could get any more information out of.
Make me. Let's see. Make me a luck roll. What the heck?
All right.
Okay.
You got a puncher's chance.
No.
All right. So, an Egyptian exhibit left the museum a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But Arkham, despite having a lovely museum, does not get a lot of world traveling. The big exhibits are going to Boston or New York, not to Arkham.
So I need to hear this persuasion roll. I mean, I'm not here, but I'm just in my mind hoping.
Why wouldn't we want to all travel first class? We have the resources. We have the $50,000 at our disposal. As long
Are we
as
talking about this at
Why
breakfast?
do we need
No.
to?
No, this is what you guys.
we're
are out.
Why do we
getting
need to?
Thank
Just
you.
because we can do something doesn't mean that we necessarily should do something.
It's for security. They'll look the other way.
Well,
if
then
they
we
think we're
only
rich.
need one person.
Well, they can have a bunch of poor with one rich person's room. It won't work.
What do you mean? One person would go. Second class isn't that bad.
second class.
They treat you different in second class.
Here's the real problem. If a first class passenger is seen consorting with second class passengers, it's going to raise
no.
eyebrows.
They eat in different parts of the ship.
It's going to raise eyebrows, and we want to draw as little attention as we can manage.
Well, I can give you each the money to upgrade. I mean, if you want to, like, absolutely.
All right, we'll take care of that then.
We'll deal with that.
All right. So, yeah. Anybody who wants to is traveling first class. Anybody
Yes.
who doesn't want to is not traveling first class.
And if he doesn't travel first class, then he is my personal assistant and must travel with me.
Wait,
So you have a
him in
second. You get a
Yeah.
suite with a second bedroom.
exactly.
There we go.
The choice is yours, sir.
why?
Do you want to be harangued
Why?
first thing in the morning before she's had her coffee?
The food's much better.
And we're taking things into England out of necessity that we want them to not look at very
For the
carefully.
record, I don't
I'm
care.
not.
For the record, I don't care.
I just want the free drinks.
Go. Yeah.
There's free drinks first class.
Ooh.
And they bring them to you.
What role do I
Anytime.
make to fight this?
Any time of the day, they bring you free
You have a
drinks.
steward. that will bring them to your room.
No, but it's. I could stop
It's the
anytime.
20s. Everyone's an alcoholic.
High versus low. High versus low.
But if you want to take the
It's all
edge off
legal.
of things,
We
Have
can
a
even
seat.
we can even
mean,
request
I've got
a
time to
whiskey
think
on
about
your
it.
nightstand before you go to bed.
this.
Work it.
We've worked together for years.
Uh-oh.
We know.
All the cheesecake. That's right.
As long as it's not cilantro cheesecake, sir.
Jackson would have wanted you to have that cheesecake.
That is the final.
All right.
That's it. That's it.
All right.
That's
Clean
it.
it out.
All right.
Jackson would have wanted it that way.
Nice.
Travel first class. Jackson would have wanted it that way.
Don't completely agree, but my arm's been twisted.
All right, so you leave that day.
And we've all
whatever
approved.
supplies you want to have. It's
So we
fine.
do leave Arkham. Okay.
You head out, and you will travel to Montreal. And from Montreal, you much like how in London the boat comes into Southampton, and then you take a train to London. Similarly, coming to Montreal, you take a train to a port that will take you on the Mauritania. It is the sister ship of the Lusitania.
Yep.
Yes.
It is
As long as it's not the Lesotania.
it is a beautiful gleaming boat that is one of the faster ships out there. It is docking here because it is currently not licensed to dock in the U.S.
Right, good.
Uh,
We're going to London.
And yes, this will be a trip from USA to England. This will be a trip of 5 to 7 days, depending on weather. It is winter, so the Atlantic is not
So
not a lot of fun.
here.
So this is not like layout on the deck chairs are not going to be laid out on the Lido deck to
No problem.
enjoy the time out there. However, for first class travelers, your stay in this boat is lovely. There is a library, there's a study, there's a smoking room.
The sanity.
There is all the food and beverage you could ever want. There is nightly canasta games with various rich people.
There is a whiskey by his bedside. I
yeah.
requested
We're having
specifically.
whiskey 3 times.
I
today.
specifically, to make him less grumpy, have a whiskey for him on his nightstand every night.
Every
before he
night
goes
there's
to
a
bed.
whiskey
That's the least I
and
can
a piece
do.
of cheesecake.
Remember that when shit hits the fan.
Is there like a music room where I can go and just like play the piano?
Of
in the
course,
evening?
yeah, and
I'll
if you
join
guys
you.
guys can give little concerts, people love it. There's also a band that is
Oh.
not terrible.
Well, they're passable.
It's
Passable.
I mean, they call it
After
an
a few
orchestra.
drinks.
Yeah.
It's 12 people who are also waiters.
Yeah.
But
But the two of us, me on the piano and him on the violin,
Do they
playing
have,
together.
They have dance floor?
yes, there's
so we
there's
can
a
play
ballroom. There's a ballroom. It is a very a soothing experience.
Uneventful trip.
It is reasonably uneventful.
I heard
One-
that word reasonably.
Sanity restoring?
Yeah.
Get some
HP
reading
restoring.
done.
So HP restoring, yeah. Any of you, as long as anybody's not down like 8 points, you're going to get everything you've lost back during this trip.
Hit point wise.
Hit point wise, yes.
At some point during the voyage, you are you're heading to a lecture. There's going to be a lecture on.
Death cults, death cults.
Egyptology, because that was very big in the 20s.
There's going to be a lecture on connections to the spirit world.
Oh, might be interesting.
No.
I'm going for sure.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, I'm more
go.
interested in this occult stuff than ever.
All right, and
What night is this?
this will be like the third night at sea. So the 27th, the
We
26th,
leave on the 23rd.
So that'll be 27th.
26th?
26th, sure. And there are lectures every night. There are various. Basically, when especially among the first class passengers, if you they might ask you to do a lecture when they hear that they've got a professor of archaeology or whatever.
I'd be more than
they
willing to
and
do
just
a
like you
talk.
guys when you play music. Essentially, anybody who wants to give them free entertainment, they are on board.
For the Spirit World lecture, I'm going to bring a glass of milk.
Oh, that's a callback. And I see the glass of milk and I just laugh quietly.
All right.
We're milk, sir. Thank you.
And both of you two make me spot hidden rolls.
Who?
Good.
Us?
Which two?
The two precursors.
Precursors. It's a good word.
Whew, nope.
Spot hidden. Nope, just missed
All right.
it.
85, yeah.
Everything's fine.
Anyone want to inspire? Inspire?
No, let's let this play out.
I feel like we
Well,
need to see something.
Me too. I feel like well, the question is... I have-
Actually, really, Call of Cthulhu, I feel like I should not see that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well,
What's your spot hidden?
Here's mine 78.
We don't want her to reroll.
Holy maker, you
Yeah.
roll.
Well, you do know my history.
Yes. Yeah, but
Would it change the idea that I'm specifically expecting someone to show up or something to show up?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. And that I would be specifically on the lookout for this individual?
It's the
You're
Duchess,
close,
right? You're
How far?
specifically-
Yeah,
how
the
were you?
Duchess.
totally the Duchess.
She's about
I'm
yay
not
high.
spending 5 points of luck.
Oh.
Don't do it.
So I just wonder, is it worth it? Because the way he makes it sound like I'm gonna see something I don't want to see. I want to see bells or connect to her some way. Yeah.
Do we want to use inspiration? Because, I mean, if you have that high of a spot hidden, the chances are good.
Did I run away screaming?
It's always
That.
fun either way when we use inspiration on Amy's failed roll.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
She is,
here.
you know,
Let's do it.
The
we
Amy
have-
track is.
I'm calling it.
All
Do we
right.
have life
That was
rafts?
a terrible.
Yes,
There
there's
are
life
many
rafts on
life
this
Okay.
thing.
Just
Yeah, this is the Mauritania. Remember that?
yeah. Doesn't matter if I go overboard.
Come on, Amy.
Come on.
Oh, that's not bad. 39. So
All right.
hang on a second. For
That's a hard success,
Spot
I
him.
believe.
It is hard success.
All right.
Good.
So yeah, the Duchess is there,
Oh, good.
Yes!
Okay.
And we just like look at each other and smirk.
and Rupert.
Okay. Duchess
Oh,
and Rupert.
sweet Rupert.
Poor put upon Rupert. And you see in the audience a haggard, but haggard is the wrong word. A forlorn but recognizable man that is Professor Octavia's husband, the doctor,
Oh, God.
Dr. Aldrich.
By himself?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to sit next to him.
Okay.
Do I see a wedding ring?
Yes.
And we sit on
Okay.
your other side.
Okay. And when I sit down, I would just politely introduce myself.
All right. And he
Emma
introduces
Navarro.
himself.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Gosh, I forgot his first name.
Me too.
Dr. Aldrich, though, he was a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Aldrich.
I'm gonna.
Henry, maybe?
Sure, Henry.
Okay.
Dr. Henry Aldrich.
It's Henry now.
It's far enough ago.
Henry Aldrich. Oh.
All of you make me luck rolls.
I do want to chat with him a little bit.
Okay.
Just kind of find out, like.
Yeah.
Yep, all of us do.
Yes.
Yes.
Failed that. 68.
What'd you roll?
I'm
Not a critical fumble, but like just below.
Okay. All right. So
3 of 5 made it.
You sit down and you're like, you're trying not to sit next to them because you know how this all goes. And so you sit a little ways away.
Nice distance.
And a massive battleship of a woman is like making her way through the aisle, not saying excuse, just going move.
I paid for this ticket.
And she gets to you and she says move.
Can I scoot the chair back a little, or is it?
You scoot the chair back and she says, no, you move. I wish to sit there. Rupert, talk to this man. And a sort of
very put upon young man.
yeah,
man.
a guy who looks like he thought he was gonna be on Easy Street by like romancing an older woman and really, really regrets many of his life choices. Looks at you and he says, "I'm terribly sorry, but
No.
I beg your pardon.
No.
Do you have?
No, I don't, and I don't care. No. No.
Can we hear
No.
this?
Yeah.
Emma. It's his thing.
You
No.
are a pedantic.
No.
She's like stunned.
No one has ever said no to her before.
No.
What is your name?
No.
What is
No.
as you increase in volume, she increases in volume. I'm not going to do that to our poor listeners.
We appreciate that.
But everybody is like going,
Yeah, the entire audience has now turned as like
There's impromptu theater.
as
I'm like, let it play.
do you have a stubborn roll?
Not dealing with this. I was being polite
Rupert
earlier.
like starts to suggest to her how much nicer these other seats would be. And she will not hear any of it because
She's not having it.
the only person here that might be as stubborn as you is her. And so the
Emma.
poor lecturer is just like, excuse me, if you would all take your seats. I am attempting to. If you say
No.
If
No.
you say no one more time.
No.
She takes her hand and puts her
Blocks?
finger on your mouth. All right,
I block.
So this is going to be an opposed
this is
strength
great.
check
I love
as she's like pushing.
Do it.
Oh!
Oh no.
She rolls an 09.
Oh my god!
So you are like, I'm a reasonably hale and hearty. I'm like probably 50. Whoa!
Roll for damage.
Oh no. Her finger's going in my mouth as I say no. If I can't
her.
stop it, I'm going. No, I'm not going to do that.
So her finger, and she's like, ah, Rupert!
Oh, no.
I don't know where that mouth has been.
I've got nothing for that.
Oh man.
This is wonderful.
She like the tableau of the entire audience. There's probably 50 people in this auditorium, all of whom have turned and are watching as the Duchess looms over you with her finger now in your mouth, and
No.
outstanding. Outstanding. And
Regular people aren't that bad for me. It's the other kind.
after a very uncomfortable, physically but also emotionally, 10 minutes of you just constantly going,
The control room's losing it.
some of the ship's staff come in, and
Bloody.
one of them, the purser,
Oh no.
comes up to the Baroness, the Duchess,
Hi, Baroness.
wherever she may be.
Wherever she may be.
Comes up to the Duchess, no relation,
Hopefully.
and starts to try and gently take her away. The process
So her
of
finger's out of my mouth now.
oh no.
Oh god.
It's like a fish hook.
Actually, yeah, that is, you notice that she has like put her finger like this.
Bite her. Bite her.
And
No, if I throw up, I think that'll be directed at her.
Do it.
Much better.
Do it.
It's up to her. Like
roll,
it's how
roll.
far she takes this.
oh god.
Oh no.
All right, so
And I've been drinking too.
as established,
Like 3
yeah.
whiskeys
So
a
the
day.
purser starts to lead her away, and she is like fish hooking you.
Well, I can just.
Are you not going along? Or are you?
No.
Okay, so she starts to scrape the roof of your mouth with what you can only assume are sharpened fingernails.
It's the
And
principle at this point. This is a battle scar. They'll
And
probably
your
heal
mouth
just
fills
fine.
with blood.
she
Blood
will.
dribble.
There's a weird popping sound as her finger pops out of your mouth, and she turns to you, and she covers your mouth, and she looks deeply into your eyes.
No.
I will never forget your face, you horrible man. Come, Rupert. And she doesn't even say move. She just, through sheer force of bulk, scoots the entire row about 5 inches back to match your chair as she storms out of the aisle, giving the purser the treatment that she was giving you, and he's much more obsequious than you are. As she leaves, there's a mild round of applause that seems to be.
Stand up. Bravo. Amazing.
I'll do a little bow. Okay.
a little bow.
Just wave to the back row.
Really.
And Alexander's just like giggling.
Yes.
The lecture is pretty much a letdown after that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I ask the?
Sure, yeah, you-
So, Henry Aldrich, I'm going to chat him up a little bit, find out what he's doing on the ship, et cetera, and then at some point, I'd be like, "Could you take a look at that gentleman? He may be in need of first aid."
After that.
Assuming that he's still a doctor.
He is, yes.
Okay.
He says that he's making his, his family, they winter in America, and he's headed back to England. for the spring.
And is he traveling alone?
He doesn't answer that.
Okay.
Something happened to Octavia.
And then I switch the subject to ask him what specifically he's doing here. Is it does he have a specific interest in the occult?
He's a doctor. Oh, and this no, he's like
Things to do.
This
Yeah,
This
get out of the house.
I mean, everyone's interested in connecting to the spirit world these days.
Someone specific that you wanted to contact.
I mean, I don't really believe in all of this.
Understood. So at the end of the lecture, I'm going to take him to meet Silvio
Okay.
and see if he's
Would you like to look at the roof of your mouth?
I mean, do I feel anything hanging off? Is it?
There's a little blood in your mouth.
Oh, blood is.
You're like, today.
It's another day with Emma.
You're fine. The Duchess wasn't trying to...
If it's infected tomorrow,
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna have enough whiskey.
yeah, it'll kill it.
that won't be a problem.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll kill it.
Have a-
Extra helpings this evening. Bravo.
Bravo, sir. That was
that was epic.
Yeah.
you dealt
Oh, I
with
got strong arm in getting this first class. I'm getting this.
So can I ride his coattails to the men's bar to have a drink with those guys, or no? I can't weasel in.
The bar is
Okay.
the first class bar is open to all.
Okay.
Oh.
No, but it's
The
not a
co-ed
male.
bar.
Yeah, it's a co-ed bar.
So the smoking room
Got it.
is
Okay.
male only.
Okay.
There's a cigar room, a smoking room.
All right.
The bar is certainly open. Now, when a lady comes in, you tend to be offered, sherry or
Okay.
wine or something
Okay.
like that, or champagne.
And then I tell the bartender to be like, you know what? I need a round for this gentleman right here. And then we hip hip hooray to him.
There you go. Yeah, there is
There you
a
go.
toast.
Yep.
Yes.
Hooray! Hooray! Hip hip hooray!
I'm just one man.
And proceed to get hammered.
Yes.
Let's
I don't
drink.
know exactly what's going on, but yeah, I'll drink more.
All right, for your heroic stand against the
battleship.
Impressive
Yeah.
English.
Well played. Well played.
You're gonna get 3 sanity.
Yes.
You cannot go. You can go above your maximum.
Can. Okay.
So the thing to remember about your sanity is that your maximum sanity is 99 minus your Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah.
So if you have no Cthulhu mythos, your maximum sanity is 99.
Guess who has a max of 94?
Lucky.
Not.
Good to know.
You have 99. Unless you have some.
This would be the moment to say, and I've been texted by Quests and Chaos attorney to read a statement. The character the Duchess should in no way be seen to be anything but a fictional character and is not based on anyone who gives bits to Call of Cthulhu games at That's from the attorney.
Wherever she may be.
Yep.
From the law firm of Schmidt, Schmidt, and Dong.
Are you sure it's not from Ted Tedderson and Associates?
That we don't say that name here.
What about frankincense?
Frankincense. He's he's a hack.
Oh.
Well, that's what we could afford.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did Dr. Aldrich ask any interesting questions during the lecture, or was
Did he
it pretty
get
much
anywhere
beyond?
during the
Is
lecture?
the doctor with us?
no, the doctor he goes
After-
off on his own.
Oh,
After that.
why don't you should invite your friend to drink with us?
I don't know.
Not my friend.
Yep, not my friend. No, I think we potentially could need his services in the future. Let's let him go to bed.
And
Let him get a good night's sleep.
And no sign of Octavia. Interesting.
No, but he didn't specifically say he was traveling alone.
He didn't. He very carefully.
Mistress?
Well, how about
he
that?
very
What-
carefully didn't answer that.
No.
What about the guy who was going to give the lecture?
Poor guy.
He was so like there are 3 of you probably in this party that feel like you could have given that lecture better than he did,
Yeah.
and could have had a more tangible connection to the spirit world.
All right.
I mean, that's mostly the whiskey talking.
Not in some cases.
I thought it was
Other
spirits.
spirits.
The spirit world.
Connection to spirits, guy.
Very disappointing.
This was, this wasn't quite like move the table seance, but it was almost there.
Yeah.
This was
Disappointing.
this was very surface, basic occultism.
Okay.
You know,
All right, I
that
rolled
the sort
with
of
that.
stuff that's very popular in the 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Are we doing anything else tonight?
Drinking.
If you choose, if you choose to do anything on the boat, that's great. Otherwise, you're each going to get 1 sanity from the
Yes.
travel and from rest and relaxation, which I'm assuming you gather.
Yeah, but that night I would like to do something.
Okay.
Having been
I was
reminded,
about to say the voyage is uneventful, but I'm going to put that on hold.
Okay.
well, having been reminded now of Octavia, because I've been trying to compartmentalize all of that as hard a way as I can, but having been reminded of that, I'm going to go and just like walk for a while and find myself back in a music room and just play
Okay.
mindlessly.
Sure. Yeah. There will be you have a polite audience that when you finish a song, they clap very politely.
I pay no attention to them. I am so lost in my own head that I'm just playing.
Yeah.
And then obviously for the rest of the cruise, I'm on high alert, looking for her or him. So like, if we're in the dining hall, I obviously see the Duchess immediately.
Oh yes. Always.
Who gives him the dagger
Yeah.
glare?
She's always
Exactly.
no. She does not even acknowledge. There is not.
Yeah.
There is no like.
Even
That is my
worse.
prize.
You won,
Dr.
sir.
Aldridge, like, you know what I mean? And I'm looking for people that I know. Like, I'm
Yeah.
looking for repeats.
Yeah. Other than Dr. Aldridge and the Duchess, you don't really see any.
Do
Okay.
we ever see anyone eating with Dr. Aldrich?
Well, yeah. There's. It's very hard. So, especially at first class, you are assigned a table, and
But you would be assigned a table with your spouse.
if your spouse was
So who is
taking
he sitting?
meals,
Like, I'm
He's-
specifically
he's
figuring out who
he-
he's sitting next to.
he's next to someone you don't recognize.
Okay.
He's seated around. It's a
Same
table of
age?
all gentlemen.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Can I get any reading in on that book of Arabic?
Of course, yeah. So go ahead and
And we
give
can
yourself 3 Arabic, and if and I'm going to give you each. You can all. If they've got a pretty good library here, it's mundane but pretty good. And if there's something you want to study, I'll give you either a skill check or 3 points in a skill that you don't already have. If you have the skill, you'll get a skill check. So and there is also, for those of you who wish to partake, this would be your skill check. Every day, once you're in the Atlantic, there is skeet shooting off the
Yeah.
stern of the boat. So you can make a shotgun skill check.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
All right. So go ahead and
Do we want to fail this? or
Yeah.
succeed?
You want to fail this.
Okay.
No firearms for me.
Definitely the shotgun.
Everyone,
for me.
Right.
you wait. You're
Join me on the deck.
Okay.
I'll talk you through it.
Did you make
I've
it?
shot
Yeah,
a shotgun
16.
before.
All right. You
Once
blam.
before?
You
many times.
How many times?
Emma's a great
I can
shot.
still take a
He'll
couple
still
shots though
rookie.
for
Yeah, but you
funsies,
won't
right?
get.
Let
You
me
won't
show
get
you.
to.
Okay.
All right. So I missed it once.
Go
Wait, why are you rolling
go
several times?
Go ahead and
do it every day.
mansplain
Nope.
shotgun to
For the whole
me.
voyage, you're getting one
About
skill
to
check.
go.
And I'm going to work with
Touch
him
your eye.
with Arabic.
Okay. So you'll get a skill
sure.
check in Arabic.
Yeah.
Yes, I
And
failed.
you
because
fail
she
it
does
hard.
that, you get another point. So you have a 4 in Arabic.
So
Sweet.
I fail and then we
You
do.
fail, you get a
A
D10.
skill check in Arabic. Okay, gotcha.
Yep,
Totally
failed
know
it.
how to
All right.
ask where
If
the
you fail, you get a
Five more.
D10.
5 is.
One more. I have the worst luck with this.
No, Emma made the shot.
Yeah.
So she's the only one that hits. You win a little trophy
Aw.
for skeet
Aw.
shooting.
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. Don't expect it to ever happen again.
I feel a little more confident with this thing now. Thanks, Donald. So much.
And on the 7th day, so what is that? We rest.
30th. Right.
On the
The
30th, the boat pulls in to Southampton. So you arrive in Southampton, and I think that's where we're going to. I think that we're going to wrap up there for
This
this
is a good
session.
spot to wrap.
So next time you will be in London. You've got a few loose ends to fill. You got the Pennu Foundation.
Yep.
You know some things that Jackson Elias did in London, so that sort of thing.
The skill checks.
Yes, when do we resolve our checks?
Oh yeah, let's do your skill checks. Great call. So
I have
off
a lot
camera.
of check marks.
go ahead and do them. What the heck?
Okay.
So what do we do?
If they don't like it, this is a
wait.
taped episode. If it's boring, they can.
They can go somewhere else.
Doesn't work. So how do we do that?
So you're gonna everything that you have a check next to.
Yes, sir.
You're going to roll.
Failed.
If you fail the skill, you're going to gain a D10 in the skill. If you
fail
make the skill roll, you're not going to get anything. So this is where you want to fail the roll.
Don't
Fail
get a
means
9.
up.
That'll.
So like if you have a 30 skill, you want to roll a 36.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fail means up. Oh,
Yeah.
we're back to
Yay.
rich people.
Okay. Yeah, you fail your way upward.
And then we're erasing our checks. At this point.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Once you've made the skill check, erase the check.
5,
I made my first aid check. That's not even fair.
And now,
Oh, disguise, yes.
much like me, audience, you get to sit here and watch 5 people do math.
I made my
Yay.
listen check.
It's
no.
I can intimidate more people.
This is kind of what it was like
91.
being a 6th grade
Spot
teacher.
hidden.
Except they were better behaved.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I now have a 45 in spot hidden. Yes, please.
Rachel made me bring the Duchess back. That was her one demand.
Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate it because we love her.
Nope. Okay.
Damn it.
All right. I am done.
Okay.
All right, everybody done with their skill checks?
No.
That's
I
better.
got a bunch. Sorry.
Oh no, you made lots and lots
I
of good
surprisingly don't have many,
checks. You didn't make many checks. That whole being out of a game for
but I
3/4
kept
of
all
it.
my sanity.
Yeah, and that's how
That's
how Silvio does it.
and that is how he's not the first one to
That's
die.
right. Yeah.
Oops, I didn't put that in there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So while the professor finishes up her skill checks,
Yes.
I'll just remind you that we will be back every weekly, starting Saturday, November 2nd, until I decide I want to travel the world again. Or my bank account decides I can travel the world again.
That's the real thing.
Yes. So we'll be running through there. You can also, once again, we play board games. Look for our board games. We've got Pandemic Legacy Season 2 going right now. We've also got Arkham Horror, the card game, if you want to see... if you want to watch 4 people remember the rules to a game they played 4 months ago.
Five months ago.
But it's a really interesting take on both the mythos as a living card game. I'm really enjoying that one. So we've got that one going. We've got our sporadic Gloomhaven games going. And always, remember, Mondays, it's Natural One. Start your week off with a critical failure. Tuesdays, it's the Chaos Agents. And
We're about to travel the high seas.
that's right. Now they're on a boat.
Yay.
I love how every single episode synopsis for the Chaos Agents goes, maybe they'll do this.
Thomas just sort of shrugs at this point and goes, they'll do what they want.
And hopefully you've been watching while we were off. We've been running some Carbon 2185. Who's playing in that one?
I don't know yet. But hopefully
exciting.
it'll continue.
I'm going to guess Tiana's in there because, it's a Quest and Chaos thing.
Contractual obligation,
So Carbon 2185 has been going on. I really enjoyed the 2-shot. I thought that was a lot of fun. So it's exciting to see more of that happening. We've got a lot more plans, a lot more things going on. Who knows how long? Pretty soon we'll just reboot this whole entire cast.
Again.
Then they'll reboot me.
Boot. Yes.
Just boot.
Or just boot. Yeah, I'll just boot. So
Yes.
thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, your comments. We really appreciate it. YouTube, Twitch. Find us on all sorts of social media. Follow Quest and Chaos everywhere. And we will see you next time. Good night, everybody.
That's for the Baroness comment.